Oh, I'm loving the colors too. Alright guys, we had our first pause 9 seconds in to our first game. So typical. What's up everyone? Welcome to game number 1 in a best of 7. The winner of this best of 7 takes a spot in the main event for Hidden Cup number 2, which will be starting on April 11th and going to April 14th. They had the chance to compete for over $10,000, and both of these players played extremely well to get here. This is going to be a good one. Jordan23 is playing as the Celts in game 1. This is on Arabia. And then we have Fire in the yellow. Fire's playing as the Mongols, which to me is a big surprise because I thought that he would use Mongols for some of the maps later on in this series. We shall see. Jordan has been one of the most exciting players in the qualifiers. I think just because he's such a legend of the game, and he's recently returned. When I say recent, within the last year and a half, and he's been in and out of form, and I feel like his form has looked very good, at least in the early stages of the qualifiers, but it's hard to say because he hasn't been tested as much as maybe Fire has in terms of his opponents. So Fire has quickly pushed in a deer to start off this game, and he's looking to lame Jordan. The positions of these players is fascinating to me. They're very close, and they both have open maps. You won't see a lot of volume except for maybe Fire here. Celts is a good solid pick. Jordan23 would be in a good spot with Celts against Mongols. If he's able to take advantage of his economy, I think Feudal Age, Castle Age. The problem with Mongols is they have a very strong Feudal Age time, and then things drop off for them later on. But I'll look at the resource placements at the moment. Stones are a big one for both these civs. You'll see Jordan's stones are a bit forward here. He has a back main gold and a secondary gold. He has wood lines on the back as well. He has pushable deer. Fire's base is a bit more compact. It's slightly more compact, I would say, but he does have 2 golds forward. In fact, yeah, 2 golds forward. This third one is actually Jordan's. So map control is going to be huge in this one. Fire could wall here, but if he does wall here as well, he'll wall out this gold. And he does have a stone in the back. So it's hard for me to say. Really depends how the players will play this one. Fire is looking for his opponent. He sees an extra gold here and an extra stone here. So I don't think he should come to the south. But maybe he expects him to be in this pocket. More often than not, 9 times out of 10, where Fire has gone is where Jordan would be. And that's why Jordan has gone to the other spot as well. So for the most part, the player positions are going to be where they're looking. But they haven't been able to figure this out yet, which kind of nerfs Mongols a bit. Because Mongols are such a good laming civ. Fire hasn't been able to take advantage of that. I think we'll see a scout opening for Mongols. It's a very good play. And then for Celts, normally it's man-at-arms and a lot of walls. And that is going to be the tough thing for Jordan on this map. He can't wall up easily. I think if you flip-flop the positions and flip-flop the civs, if Fire had Jordan's map, it wouldn't matter as much that it was open, because he'd be the aggressor with the scouts. We'll see. Fire, he makes the right decision here. I think he realizes Jordan must be more to the north, especially seeing that stone there. So he comes back to his base to push in more deer. I think you need to take advantage of this. You'll be in Feudal Age faster, so there's probably no big surprises. He's not expecting Jordan to go scouts or anything, so he'll push in all that free food. So, as Feudal Age begins, Fire will try and take some advantages, because Mongols, they become less and less exciting in Castle Age. Mongols only become very strong in this matchup if they have similar eco to Celts and have a few castles up making Mangadai. And right now we're a long way from that, so again for Fire, he needs to make sure that he does some damage early. For Jordan, oh, there's a hole there. For Jordan, Jordan needs to take advantages in Feudal Age and Castle Age. He needs to hit Fire, put Fire behind before Fire is able to get to those castles. And there's the barracks for Jordan23. He's going for man-at-arms, and he's beginning to try and wall this up. This is a very open map. Like, normally, walling early hurts your economy because you'll have villagers building walls instead of villagers collecting resources. I just don't see him getting these walls up right now. He almost needs to accept that walling at this point is too dangerous because Fire's in feudal age. And here's the first attack of the game. Fire. He gets the extra attack, he gets the extra speed, and he now sees his opponent's town center. I like how Fire played this after the scouting at the beginning. I like how he's played this. Just a little bit of walling, pushed in his deer except for one, and now he's forward. He didn't push all the deer because then he wouldn't be pressuring Jordan, he wouldn't be scouting Jordan. Yeah, now he sees the map. And, you know, Jordan, he does not have man-at-arms on the way. Instead, he's adding a spearman. It's a nice move. And he has a lot of his base scouted. I think he realizes how open this one is. Oh, there's no scoreboard. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I didn't realize. I'm not going to be looking in chat too much during the games. Okay, why is my scoreboard not working? Oh, that's why. Okay, perfect. Yeah, so sometimes what you can do here is you can delay your man-at-arms upgrade and mix in spears. If you get man-at-arms and then you don't have any spears and Fire already has 4 scouts, then good luck. So it's better to go with spears. In fact, in this case, it wouldn't surprise me to see Jordan just neglect to go man-at-arms at all. He probably won't use it. And Fire already getting the first kill, already using the mobility of those scouts. And Jordan forced to wall in that villager. Just not looking great for Jordan because Fire... Well, it's basically because of the Mongols pick, right? It's basically because of the Mongols pick. If it was any other civ, then Fire wouldn't have had this early window to do damage. And he's doing a great job. He's already making the ranges. The build looks nice and clean for Fire. Now, I asked a few pro players about what they thought was going to happen here. Most pros said it would be close. And 2 out of the 4 pros said that they thought Jordan would win 4-3. And then the one pro said 4-1 Fire, and the other one said 4-3 Fire. So, I'm not going to tell you which pro said 4-1 Fire, because I know we have a lot of Jordan fans out there. And I also think this pro is probably around the stream, so... Now, I kind of did just give you some options as to who it might have been. Fire's in an amazing position right now. Fire's in an amazing position right now. Scouts the skirm combo. 2 ranges making the skirmishers. The spearman for Jordan will do nothing. Jordan could be dead here. All that Fire really needs to do is use those skirmishers properly. If he uses the skirms to kill the spears, it's trouble for Jordan. What's Jordan's follow-up to this? Normally it's man-at-arms into archers and skirms himself, so he's either behind in the skirm numbers, or if he goes archers, that dies to Jordan's skirms. Or, sorry, not Jordan's skirms, Fire's skirms. I mean, no one should ever be shamed for giving their thoughts and predictions, right? I mean, you guys would never do that to me. Hopefully. Well, scratch that. You guys can do that to me. Just don't do that to the other players, okay? Jordan, recognizing he's in trouble, has built a tower. And that's a good sign if you're Fire. That means if this does go to Castle Age, that Jordan won't have the town centers up as quickly. Fire has a lot of military. This is no joke, man. 16 military versus 9. The one thing I'll say is that Fire needs to start adding farms, because he added the ranges and blacksmiths so quickly he didn't have the wood for farms. And Jordan definitely has the farm, so he has a bit more food income. But I'm still not really convinced that Jordan will be able to hold this once fletching completes for Fire. I think what he needs to do is he needs to build another gate here. Do you see how Fire has positioned that scout? That was smart. Might have also been a misclick, but it would have worked out to block this gate, and Jordan can't place it. He tries to debate, he tries to distract with a spearman or two so he can place the gate. He can't place the gate. He can't place the gate. No age of gates today. Jordan needs to research fletching. He finishes fletching now. He has lots of spears, and he has skirmishers. Can Jordan hold this? That's so much military for Fire. He is knocking on the door. And here he comes. Oh, Jordan, you need to have good micro here. This is going to be so complicated. It's so easy for Fire to kill the spearmen and then use the scouts versus all of Jordan's skirms. All Fire needs to do is kill those spearmen. If he kills the spearmen, he'll take over the berries, he'll take over this land. And he's doing it. Kind of. Sort of, kind of. Yes, he's doing enough here so far. 14 kills, 9 deaths for Fire, and Jordan is way behind. He simply got overwhelmed, man. He simply got overwhelmed. Got completely overwhelmed by the numbers, and I was criticizing the Mongols pick a bit. It's worked out here, man. I think if you go with any of the other Fire civilizations, they both open up with man-at-arms, and it's a bit slower. And Fire gets the first victory. Jordan23, I think the map didn't suit his civ style at all, because normally you need to have man-at-arms and you need to have walls. So if you have a map like this, if you have a map that's more open, I think you have to go forward, and you can't go forward versus Mongols. Mongols just it's impossible to do that because they're in feudal age so quickly. 21 kills for Fire. Jordan23's eco was catching up. That's what Celts will do there, but Fire was far too dominant. 21 kills, 10 units lost. Yeah, I'm surprised we saw Mongols on Arabia. I don't know if anyone else is. I thought that I thought that Fire would use that for Rooster. Alright, we'll back up a little bit. Okay, so Fire gets the first win, meaning that Game 2 will be one of Jordan's 2 home maps. He has Hideout as a home map, and he has Mongolia as a home map. And I'll bring up the civs. I can't cross off the civs that have been used yet. I mean, for Hidden Cup main event, I'll have that possibility. But we just saw Mongols for Fire, and we saw Celts for Jordan. So we don't know what the map is, but let's assume it's Hideout. It's probably going to be Spanish for Jordan. And, maybe Slavs? Maybe Fire wants to save Slavs for Hideout. We'll find out soon enough. But yet, again, if you type !draft in my Twitch chat, you can bring up the draft. A pre-mill drush? Pre-mill drush is a bit tough. Again, you're drushing Mongols who are going to have a much faster feudal time. I think if you go drush, it just delays your feudal even more. I mean, the only time you could do a pre-mill drush is if you wanted to full wall your base. But if he goes pre-mill drush there, I feel like Fire just tower rushes the walls and pressures. So yeah, I don't think pre-mill drush would have been the play. There's 2 restarts per player, guys. And I know certainly Jordan's map was not ideal for his civilization. As I said, I think that you flip-flop the civs there, and then Fire would be fine on that map. Or at least it'd be easier for him because he'd be in feudal age quickly. Celts, it's a slower civ. You need to have a compact style, and you need to get walls up quickly. The draft link doesn't work? Oh, that's because he gave you the wrong link. Hold on. Wait, no, that should work, right? Let me click it myself. Yeah, that doesn't work. Can you guys try the link that I'm posting in the chat right now? Tell me if that works. Yeah, I think Hera is spot on. I think if that's a game 5 map, that's a restart for Jordan. Alright, I'll need a mod to replace the link then, if they could do that. Oh man, was I wrong. The civs they're picking for these maps today are a bit surprising for me. Welcome, guys, to game number 2 between Jordan23 and Fire. This whole best of 7 is going to be uploaded to YouTube in one video. So, you've been hearing everything I was saying. Game 1, Jordan didn't have the map that suited the civ, and they've switched the colors up for us. So Jordan's now blue and Fire's now red. And they're pretty close together. This is one of Jordan's home maps. And he has Chinese, and Fire has Indians. I mean, Chinese is good on every map, except for maybe water maps in 1v1s, because they're a bit slow to get to feudal. Indians is one of the more iffy picks for Fire, I think. So, he got the victory in Game 1. Maybe he wants to try and get a win with Indians in Game 2, so he can use his stronger and more sure picks in the future. So something that needs to be said, because this is different from all the best of 5s. If Fire wins this game as well, then we see the next Jordan home map. So in the best of 5s, we would have Game 2 being the loser of Game 1's home map, and then Game 3 would be the winner of Game 1's home map. That's not how this works. So I think that Jordan certainly has the edge here because it's his home map pick, and... Oh my god! I know Pig! I know Pig! Fire's laming! He didn't get the lame last game with Mongols, but he runs forward with Indians. I think Jordan23 might need to call a restart here. Because his scout is way out of the way. His Pig is gone. Well, it depends. He could always adapt, but... This is good for Fire, man. Fire showed up today. He might have had some issues scheduling, but once he's here, he's performed. Will Jordan call a restart? Now, this is really fascinating because you have 2 restarts per best of 7. I think Game 1 was possibly restart worthy, but you never want to use a restart on Game 1. You want to save those. And Jordan will not call a restart here. So Jordan is under pressure so far today, guys. Loses Game 1 against Mongols with very aggressive play from Fire. Now Fire shows up, and Fire steals a Pig. I really wonder what the strategy was going to be for Jordan, because if the strategy was to fast castle, he's fine. He's still able to go for that. But if the strategy was to go for a feudal age play, which I don't really think would be the case as Chinese, but anyway, if the strat was to go up to feudal age quickly, that is going to be delayed now. And I think Fire might do that. I think Fire will recognize that Jordan can't go feudal easily. He might go forward. These players are pretty close together. He could go man-at-arms and towers. On a hideout, you have some palisade walls, but that's about it. What is this for Jordan? Does he... I don't think he knew his Pig was stolen. Oh, that's even worse, because he hasn't been able to adapt yet. Yeah, he must not have noticed the Pig was gone. The Pig was right here. He did scout it. Ooh, wow. And guys, the deer are not cooperating for him either. I've looked over here 3 or 4 times, and he can't seem to push in the deer. Jordan is going to run out of food. Well, I kind of hope we don't have to see Jordan's next home map. But so far, it hasn't been the strongest start for him. Keep in mind the Chinese are better than Indians as the game goes on. I don't think so. There's a lot that Indians can do versus Siege Ram, Chukunu, and Halberdier. Alright, and now Fire will scout the other side. Really curious what Fire will do here. Will he click up on Pop 22 and go forward? Or will he just fast castle? I think if you fast castle, Jordan can stabilize a bit. Nope. Nope, he's not going fast castle. Fire is going to go forward. And now he sees the stone from Jordan. He sees that Jordan is working on pushing in the deer. The deer is trolling Jordan. My god. At this point, he probably should have built a mill out here. Every time, this damn deer. It keeps running back, and now it's wedged in. He can't seem to get it to move. Alright. Alright, come on, Jordan. Push it in, man. I believe in you. Push it in. Yes, go, Bambi, go. Go, Bambi, go. Alright, well, Bambi's dead. Good job. He got 1 of the 4, and that'll probably... That's gonna be it for him. Wait. Fire didn't click up. Fire's going... I don't know why he got loomed then. Maybe he thought twice about it. So Fire will... Oh, is he going for the... I don't know what he's doing. Why is he on stone? Tells me he probably wants to boom. That's a bit weird. Alright, so fast castle for both. And Jordan's on the way up. So Jordan, he has the Vil lead because of having Chinese, so keep that in mind. So that's another way that Chinese can come back and balance their eco. He did get the 1 deer, and Jordan is now scouting Fire's base. Yeah, I don't really understand the decision to go to stone here. The only thing I could think is that Fire's planning on booming in the next stage, adding extra town centers. There is a build that you can do, and it's an old, well, it's mainly an arena build. And this map is as close to arena as you'll get in Hidden Cup 2. And what you do is you send a few villagers to stone, and then you collect 10 golds to take yourself to 110 gold, and then you just sell some stone when you go to the next stage. However, if you get loom, then that strategy is not possible because you... Anyway, I won't talk about the build too much, but that's not what we're seeing from Fire. Rigged relics. Yeah, there's a lot of relics on the right side, but I don't think that relics are gonna... I mean, they're gonna play a role, they always do. But I don't think that relics are gonna decide who wins or loses this game. Unless it goes super, super late game. T90, what's the significance of the 22 pop-up as a strat? It's just the number you normally see with man-at-arms builds or very safe scout builds. That just tends to be the number that you see. If you go up earlier than that, sometimes your economy can be a bit more fragile. So yeah, blacksmith market for Fire. Has Jordan recovered? He's actually going for an archery range. And he needs the blacksmith, so Jordan will be slower. But I'd say Jordan has recovered, so Jordan is planning on going for a few archers in the next stage. Fire's looks good, man. Fire's looks good today. But I don't think we've seen enough yet to really know. Has not been a lot of gameplay. Game 1 was pretty short. Game 2, we've only seen 13 minutes now. Keep in mind that Fire's scout is weak, but he should still be using it. So scouting the extra relics, scouting the extra golds, but I think the most important thing is scouting what your opponent is going for. And do not underestimate Indians. Indians have an insane boom. They can quite easily boom on 3 or 4 town centers and have no issues with it because their villagers are so cheap. The issue with Indians is they go camels and skirms and maybe gunpowder, and Chinese counters all of that if they get to Halb, Chukunu, and Ram. I like this from Fire though. I like Fire's scouting. Meanwhile, Jordan's not really scouting what Fire's doing, which is weird to me. If anyone is going to be scared of scouting forward, it should be Fire because he has the weak scout. But maybe Jordan just expects that his opponent... See, look! Fire's already walled this up. I don't think this should have been allowed to happen. So this makes sense, actually. This makes sense. Now Fire's gone to stone. It was for the stone walls. And he's even stonewalling behind here. And meanwhile, Jordan, he's not scouting it at all. Jordan's just letting it happen. He had archers. He had a scout with more HP. And Fire's playing extremely safe here. And I think Jordan is going to send his archers this direction, and he will find out the hard way that Fire has walled this up. Yeah, that is sloppy stuff from Jordan. It's a very small thing that he had to do, but it has such a big impact, man. He had a scout with more HP, and he had archers. And now he sees the stone wall. So that's so much wasted time, so much wasted resource so far. And he'll have to go back to the other side. And look at Fire now. Fire sees the TC, he's like, oh great. What else is going on here? Is he on stone? No. Does he have archers? Yes. So now Fire can prepare. He'll even keep his scout alive for now. I like how Fire's played this, man. I really like how Fire's played this. Now, if Fire wants to play safe, he could wall here as well, but he doesn't have the stone for that just yet. And he did now lose his scout. But at least he knows his opponent has some archers. Fire is on 3 town centers. And Fire will wall behind here. Seems to me like Fire expected some type of aggression with the stone strategy. Because otherwise it was a head scratcher. It's either he collects 100 more stone to build a 4th TC right away, or it's for this. And what's going on here? Why is this monk going this way? Maybe he wants to get this relic. He doesn't know about the other ones. Remember, he doesn't have his scout. So 37 villagers for Fire. He's beginning to take a vill lead. Jordan23 is having some food problems right now. I'm noticing that his town centers are not producing at all times, so he will fall further behind with vills. He has 3 archers now? Did he lose one? Didn't he have 4 before, or am I crazy? I think he had 4 before, and I'm also crazy, but 3 archers with fletching. Yeah, I looked at the KD as well. Not sure, but 3 archers with fletching is not going to bother Fire too much. Only 5 range, and Fire now has monks, and he's able to get conversions on those with 9 range. Yeah, I don't know where the other one went. I mean, not that it would matter, really. I don't think he could do much with the archers now. Just indecisive from Jordan. Certainly a very winnable game for him, right? Because of the Chinese, but Chinese was his first civ pick, and Indians was the 6th civ pick for Fire, so this is a win you need for Jordan. It's your home map, it's one of your best available civs. If Fire is now going to more stone, will he TC this, maybe? I'm curious if he'll go to 4 town centers. He's only on 3 right now. Seems to me like he'll build a TC here. There's no way that he would collect this stone without building a TC here. By the way, he's built a gate. He has sent a monk here to deny Jordan's wall off. That's something you can do in Jordan shoes, is you can fully wall your base. Oh man, Fire didn't waste any time there deleting her. He probably wanted to get rid of her anyway. He didn't even try and run, just nope. And then over here, Fire with his monks. He'll push the archers away, and Fire is getting the relics now, guys. He'll have his 2nd relic. No, sorry, that would be... He didn't get this one yet. He'll get at least 2. He does have all the relics on his side, as you guys pointed out earlier. I wonder if it's worth getting Atonement here. Probably not, but Atonement would allow the monks to convert each other. And, there's the archer. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Pro stuff from Jordan23. That's where that archer was, man. He didn't die. He was waiting for that moment. Worth it. He got the kill. That's funny. Jordan doesn't see a single relic on his map after collecting that one. Boom. 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 Fire will have 4-1. That's it. It's really weird to me. Because that really shouldn't happen. Atonement now completed, so Jordan can maybe convert this monk. Really, the reason I said it might not be worth it is because Fire's just going to run behind his walls. But it allows Jordan to get his walls up. Oh, Jordan. Oh my god, Jordan. Look, he converted a monk. He can use that monk to convert another monk. Now use this monk to convert the next one. Go! Oh, that would have been so sick. He's taken all the monks. Well, he forgot to convert with this one. But he did get his wall up here. And Jordan will get to Chukunu in this game, for sure. He definitely will. Very unlucky with the scouting and stuff, though. I mean, even here, Jordan, 1 tile from seeing that relic. Otherwise, I think he would try and snag it. Fire has just been slightly better with the small things in this game, but Jordan will get his wall up. Fire needs to finish Jordan23 off quickly. Even though he'll have the relic advantage, assuming he sees it. Even though he'll have the relic advantage, I think he'll have to finish Jordan23 off quickly, because there's not a lot that Indians can do versus Mass Chukunu and Ram. The Fire... Oh, he killed a monk there. That was well done. And now she's running around to quick gate this. Fire created a few scouts, guys. Alright, that will be walled up, I guess. I think Fire should go Skirm, maybe immediately into skirm, hand cannon, and bombard cannon. I know Hera and MBL are in the chat. What would you do as Indians here? You definitely need to have the bombard cannons, right? Oh, he's castled this wall, which is very good to force Jordan to build more fortifications. Okay, there's a tower on that wood line. Nice move from Fire to get a bit of revenge versus that archer. Both players walling up in the north. Yeah, I think this is key. I think getting through the walls and pressuring with a slightly faster imp time is key here. I see Fire's getting Bodkin Arrow, which tells me he's probably going skirmishers. And I think he'll start off with skirmishers, and then he'll, after chemistry completes, he'll get hand cannons. I think it's a good move. And now Jordan23, you know, is a castle on the hill. He sees the ranges, so he at least knows exactly what's coming towards him. I think he will start off with some siege and Chukunu, but man, if he loses this castle, this could be really, really complicated for him. Now, does Fire know the castle's there? Now he does. Now he does. That's one way. Lose a few villagers. What Jordan has here is a hill. This hill could be useful. 2 castles on the hill. Oh, see, and now we have another one from Fire. So this will start off with a Treb War, 100%. But Jordan has the elevated lands. Jordan also has a Mangonel. He could consider sending this out to delay this castle a bit if he wants. Notice how Jordan immediately researched Masonry. That's to get HP on his castles. And he's immediately going for Trebs. I don't think he'll be too disappointed that Fire's building this one. He could Treb that right down. This might be bad for Fire. Remember, the guy has more relics on his side. He actually has not scouted the other relics. So, 2-1. The Vil count's very close. And let the Treb War begin. Remember, Fire is completing chemistry, so once that's completed, he could make bombard cannons. Chinese do not get gunpowder. I know a lot of you know how historically accurate that is. Yeah, so no gunpowder for Chinese is their weakness here, but Jordan has the lead with the Treb War. So 5,300 HP on Jordan's castle. Fire does not have the stone to repair his. Fire's come forward to build castles. He's already lost one. So if the goal is to kill the Chinese players' castles, this is not going good for Fire. And now Jordan23 is researching Onager. That's an interesting tech. And instead of killing the next castle for Fire, I think he needs to kill Fire's trebuchets. And Jordan is repairing and repairing and repairing and repairing, guys. This castle is almost halfway done, though. And now the bombard cannons are out. Now the bombard cannons can snipe Jordan23's Trebs, so this can swing right back into Fire's control. Fire lost the bombard cannon to the town, not the town center, Fire, the castle Fire. And also, the Siege Workshop researching Onager is right here. Oh no, don't tell me it. Oh! Oh, he's a lucky boy, man. He is a lucky boy. He just completed that upgrade. Yeah, that's too risky for my liking, man, but he gets it. And it's all about the bombard cannon micro now. If Fire is able to micro his bombard cannons, he can kill the Onagers and he can kill the trebuchets. They're so expensive, you cannot be losing these. Yeah, the power of the bombard cannons will push Jordan23 back. Jordan23, he has 8 range Onagers versus 12 range bombard cannons. And now Jordan is tech switching into Cavalier. He wants some form of melee to getting close to the bombard cannons and skirmishers, but will it be too late? It is not good to have lost this many castles, and Fire seems to be paying close attention now. Good micro, will kill the Onager, has killed 2 castles, and look at the population, it could not be closer. 154 to 154. Now this is where Fire needs to expect the Cavalier choice before seeing it. And I just heard his stables. Yeah, he expects it. He realizes that Jordan will be making that switch. Hasn't seen a single stable. And he would like to go for his camels. Oh my goodness, Jordan's losing so much. He's lost his castles, he's lost his trebs, he's lost his onagers. And he'll lose this castle as well, once Fire sees it. Yeah, Fire will take control of this hill now. Jordan's in trouble. Jordan's in trouble. This is not good. The way this game is going heavily favors Fire. Oh, good micro, Fire. Good micro again, man. I mean, now, if the castles go down, Jordan's just making Hal, which Indians can counter, and Cavalier, which Indians can counter. I don't know where Jordan's villagers are going. They probably want to leave this place because of how bad this is about to be. Mass Chukunu is something that Indians can struggle to deal with. But everything else that Chinese offer, Indians can counter. And Fire can take Jordan23's gold. Fire's getting heavy camel. I don't see how Jordan can possibly push this back. It needs to be now. It needs to be before the camels come out. And it needs to be before those upgrades. But the upgrade's going to come in 1 minute time. Less than a minute. The stables are getting shot down. This castle will be taken down for Jordan. Yeah, Fire sees it now, so he'll just deploy the trebs there. This is over. I think Fire will take the victory. Oh, and look at this! Fire has chopped through, and he's making stables to raid with camels. And Jordan has the quick wall there. Good awareness from Jordan to see that. But he can't kill this, that's for sure. He lost his pagan feudal age. His castle age attack with the archers didn't do anything for him. He lost the Trebor now. And he continues to lose castles. Now he doesn't have his gold because he wasn't able to secure this hill. Fire has the extra gold. The only thing that Fire hasn't done is scout those extra relics, which is kind of fascinating to me. Because they're right. He has so much of the map scouted, he probably doesn't think they're there. He can take this one from Jordan, though. And Jordan, he has to realize he's in a tough position now. He's trying to be patient. But the more he waits, the stronger Fire will get now. Yep, Fire will get that relic, which will give him 3. Potentially 5. Jordan23 has 2,000 gold, 2,000 food, 2,000 wood. He's just not able to spend it. He's losing all of his buildings. Oh! Fire, don't lose your bombard cannons! Fire, don't lose your bombard cannons! Okay, that's probably the first big mistake for Fire this game. 4 bombard cannons gone. That's sloppy. But now Imperial Camel's on the way. Imperial Camel is not cheap. Fire has the gold for it. And he has the hand cannons and the skirmishers to kill Jordan's Halbs. Because that's what Jordan is hoping. Jordan is hoping the Halbs will kill the camels. Not sure the Halbs will stick around too long with the amount of range that Fire has. Wow, the unique tech. Fire getting Shitagni. His hand cannons will now have 8 range. And Jordan's Halbs are lacking some upgrades. But Fire is... Yo, Fire, your trebs are right here and they're not doing anything. Do you want to save them? Maybe? Like your bombard cannons? That's not good. Jordan's units are also on stand ground, by the way. It's like both players have fallen asleep at the wheel here. Maybe Jordan wants to give the Halbs some action. I don't know what just happened, okay? We're gonna clip that out of the YouTube video. It will save the players' reputations. It's 200 pop for Jordan. He's getting Siege Ram now. Oh, and Jordan deletes his wall, and he'll run into Fire space. Don't tell me Fire's going to throw from this position. Now he has soon to be fully upgraded Cavalier raiding his eco with a path that he cut, man. That's the funny thing. Fire cut this, thinking that he would raid with it. I do think that Fire will be fine. He can make camels, but this is very annoying. He shouldn't have had to deal with this. And now Fire doesn't have the siege, man. Had he saved those trebs and saved the bombard cannons, he could be pushing Jordan back. He's not really doing that right now. He's certainly in a very strong position to hold. But my goodness, you're not making it easy for yourself, Fire. Again, the camels will kill the Cavalier. I like how Jordan has split up his Cavalier, though. He's gone to different areas. Look at this. Killing the vills that were idle anyway. It's still something. And Jordan23 is still holding. Somehow. I actually don't know how. He's got to be completely out of gold at this point. Yeah, it seems like it. It seems like he's completely out of gold. And yeah, maybe he's not holding it. The hand cannons and the camels are still being created, still holding the front. These 3 Cavalier will not do much. Fire has this gold, Fire has Jordan's gold, Fire has 3 relics. Fire has killed the Treb, and Fire has 180 population versus Jordan23's 150. Yeah, Jordan doesn't have any gold. Sorry, Hera said that in the chat, and I got confused. Fire still has the gold income, still has the production. Now he's raiding with the camels. This game's over, man. This game's over. Fire will be up 2-0 versus Jordan23. And it was not... I'm just scratching my head at this. I guess we should wait till the game actually finishes. Maybe Jordan will have a miraculous comeback. I don't think so with the amount of losses he's taking. But yet again, Jordan could have possibly called a restart here. And maybe if you don't call restart, you just have to have more successful castle age if you're Jordan. It came down to the Treb push. If Jordan23 would have won the Treb war, then I think he'd be fine right now. He would have his gold and he'd be the one pushing Fire. Like, that was the moment this shifted. Fire is being extremely wasteful with his gold units, which is really annoying me. But yeah, I think it was... Fire was just slightly better. He had the Lame and Feudal, and Castle he had the Vil lead. In Imp, Fire had the Bombard Cannons and Treb win, and he's profited from that. Jordan has more pop, though. Jordan has more population. Fire has thrown away a lot of Imp Camels and a lot of hand cannons. I wonder if these Cav Archers were misclicks for Jordan. They had to be misclicks. Jordan doesn't have a castle to make trebuchets, so even if he wants to push this castle back, he would have to make rams. But he's taken his gold back. What are we seeing here? Also a small raid for Jordan on this side. Alright, man. It's 90 military for Jordan, and it's 35 for Fire. The guy who has more gold control, and more map control, and more eco. Fascinating stuff, man. I like how Fire has walled this up, so this doesn't become a problem anymore. And Fire needs to hold this hill. There's about 1,200 gold there. That would be very helpful for Jordan23. Now, imagine if Jordan had Chukanu with these siege rams and halves. Fire would be dead, man. That was the importance of killing the castles. Fire will lose this castle at this rate. What is happening? I guess Fire is stabilized on the other side, but the guy just does not have the military to keep up with Jordan right now. This would be a pretty big throw for Fire, though. I think this is a game he should have closed out. I wrote it off a while ago, as did most of the chat here. Fire has plenty of food and plenty of wood. What is happening to him, though? What is happening to him? Is he gonna throw this? Jordan23 with the comeback. He can sell the wood. He can sell the food. And when you're in Fire's position, you know that you should have a huge lead. So you're just getting more and more tilted as Jordan pushes back. You get more and more frustrated. You know, if Jordan wants to, he could sell food and he could sell wood for a decent price right now. And he's getting his gold back here. The big tech that Jordan had that Fire did not go for, well, Fire doesn't have access to, is the siege ram. Siege rams have made so much of a difference here. Wow. And Jordan has production buildings all over the place over here. I think he can maybe hold here and push back on the other side. 80 military versus 40. Jordan is not dead yet, man. I'm a bit speechless, guys. I'm a bit speechless. Do you remember when Fire lost 5 trebuchets and 4 bombard cannons? If he kept them alive, if he kept his camels and his hand cannons together and alive and pushing, he would have won the game, for sure. Maybe he got a little overconfident. Maybe he felt like Jordan was dead. Maybe a mix of both. But Jordan23 is not dead, man. T90 always calling it early. Dude! I wasn't calling it early! Fire has 3 relics. He had all of Jordan's gold. He created over a dozen bombard cannons and trebs. Fire had a huge lead, man. That was not calling it early. That's Fire. Just throwing that. This game should have been done and dusted a long time ago. And also, credit to Jordan23 for staying alive. Still, after all of this, Fire should be favored. Fire should have a lead. That's just how crazy this is, but alright, man. Maybe it was Curse of the Commentator. Exactly. Well, Hussar now for Fire, so he has more of an answer to the skirmishers. He has slowed it down on this side, and he's starting to push on this side as well. And so Jordan has run out of steam a little bit now. Might be because he's shifting towards the center. There could be different reasons for it, but just remember, Jordan does not have a single relic. Also, Fire could have 5. I'm going to assume he'll never scout this intentionally now. He probably assumes that Jordan has the other 2. Was kind of a weird map gen, I'll admit. But it doesn't disappoint me too much because I think it makes the game a little bit less RNG, a little bit more fair. Jordan23. He has to pick a side. There has to be a fine balance here. Because if you commit all your military to one side, you might push, but then you'll get pushed right back on the other flank. So you need a fine balance of halbs, skirms, and rams, which is all Jordan's doing. He's just making trash and rams. And a few cav archers, which he misclicked. And maybe a few light cav, maybe he will mix in light cav. Certainly has the food for that. Oh, see, this is not good for you, Jordan. This one light cav, no! You just took Fire to the relic, no! You dumb light cav, delete it. Delete it before you get to the next one. Oh, man, no. Delete it, quick. Oh, God. Fire now sees the other 2 relics. That's gotta be Curse of the Commentator, right? It seems so freaking scripted that I would say that the only way Fire finds this is if Jordan takes him to it, and then it freaking happens. It seems so scripted. Fire's creating a monk now. That's like... That's gotta be so refreshing to see if you're Fire. So refreshing to see. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Well, that one light calf could change so much, and now Fire is thinking of going champion, which would be the play here. Continue to create your skirmishers, continue to create your hussars, sure. But if you get champion, then there's not much that skirmishers and halberdiers from Jordan can do against you. Jordan will not have the gold to make archers versus the champions. Or Chukunu, of course, he doesn't have the castles. And Jordan's trying to raid now. He's trying to raid. There's light cav here. There's some halbs here. Light cav here. There's a lot of blue inside Fire's base at the moment. There's a lot of blinking areas in Fire's eco. Fire's losing villagers on his farms. He does have resources banked up, but guys, I mean, he is pushed back on both sides. This is still winnable for Jordan. Despite it being 4 relics now for Fire, it's still winnable. But he has to continue the raiding. He has to push quickly. This is where the relics are paying off big time. 190 pop for Jordan. And it's 160 for Fire. Fire has 40 idols. Thankfully, he had resources banked up, though. He had 5,000 wood and 5,000 food. Because otherwise, that raid could have GG'd him. Just hasn't been very convincing for Fire, you know? And it was so convincing until mid-Imperial Age. Everywhere you look, there's Eco Idol. Everywhere you look. He'll get it 5 relics, which is great. But you don't ever want to be in that position where you're using your gold to buy food and buy wood. Because what that does is, it actually gives Jordan more opportunity to sell and get more in return. See, Jordan has the wood, he has the food. Okay. Fire's problem in Imp has been his unit control and the lack of numbers. Champion is on the way now. Once he gets champion, he needs to wait till he gets a large group and go in for a fight. I'm hesitant to ever say anyone has the lead in this game now. I ain't gonna just keep my mouth shut, okay? You guys are gonna have to cast from now on. Oh, a big push for Jordan coming to the center. He's traded well versus a two-handed swordsman. He has enough skirms and enough halbs there to do it. I think he'll just go right into Fire's base. Fire still has 30 idols. He has a lot of his military here, a lot of his military here. He doesn't know where to go. He's not the one dictating the pace of the game. It's Jordan23. And Jordan's production is crazy. Every single barracks producing. The Rams are here. Fire doesn't have food, guys. Fire does not have a lot of food. He had 5,000s at one point. He doesn't have a lot now. And he's about to lose TCs. Don't tell me Jordan is going to win this game. Don't tell me Jordan is going to win this game. Fire has 5 relics, man. His TCs are on fire. His eco is on fire. It's a wasteland on the flanks now as Jordan pressures. This should not happen. This should not happen. How is Jordan23 alive? He still shouldn't win the game from this point. That's the crazy thing. He needs to get a few more Rams in here. He doesn't have the golds. That's a lot of champions and hussars. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Fire sends his bombard cannons back in a desperate attempt to save himself, but he'll lose them. Name a better duo than Fire and dead bombard cannons. My goodness. Jordan takes this score lead, which has to be demoralizing for Fire if he's not already frustrated. Remember I said that he's probably on a tilt right now. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're Mother Teresa. You are on a tilt. You are angry and frustrated if you're Fire. 190 population for Jordan. And it is 150 for Fire. Fire has 5 relics. He doesn't have a lot of food right now. And he's about to be housed. He's running out of population space to fight with. Look at Jordan's res. I would build some more forward production buildings if I'm Jordan. And there it is! There's the barracks! Scripted, again. Jordan's gonna win this game. All the Jordan fans just got really angry with me because I just said he was gonna win, and we know the opposite will happen, but it seems like it. He continues to send light cav to this area of the farm eco. Fire's losing the food eco he needs. And the barracks will get taken down. The houses will get taken down. It's all Jordan. The guy who had a rough start. He didn't have a pig. He hasn't had relics. He's pushing, and Fire's pop is not going up. Fire doesn't have the food anymore. Are you kidding me? Look, desperate attempt with more T90 farms. By the time those farms are even seeded, he'll have lost more ground. I'm speechless. I'm truly speechless. My goodness, man. Oh, and Jordan needs this, man. He needs it. Imagine the boost of confidence you would get after this victory. This could be the momentum shift of the series. Now, it's only a second game, but still. Oh, man, I would feel like such a god if I were to somehow come back from this. And it is a throw from Fire. If Fire loses this, it is a throw. And he'll know it. And he'll have to regroup. I like Jordan's constant pressure on the farms. I like how he continues to send groups there. I think the weakness for Jordan, when he doesn't have the gold, is keeping his units all in the same spot. Because then maybe champions could overwhelm him. But if he continues to split up groups, then Fire is chasing. And now you even see the light cav on this side, searching for more farms. This is really good stuff. I'd like to see a few more halbs, just to keep the rams alive, because a lot of these houses and barracks probably could have died already. Guys, do Indians get plate mail armor? I feel like they do. Don't Indians get plate mail armor? Because Fire hasn't... Oh, they don't get it. Oh, okay. It's Indians and Magyars then that get it. Maybe I was thinking it was just Magyars. Okay. Well, the lack of plate mail armor really makes the champs weak against the skirms. I just keep an eye on the population at this stage of a game. You keep an eye on resources and population. Fire, we can't see it, but he's desperately trying to get his food eco back up. He could run out of wood, actually. That's a funny thing. Because all the wood's in the center. He could run out of wood and food. Oh my god, Jordan's here. Look, all the new farms have to be abandoned. You're lumberjacks now. This is game. 110 pop. Surely there's no way back for Fire now. There's no way back. It's just a matter of time. Again, Fire won't call it right now because he's frustrated, but the GG's incoming with the amount of military that Jordan has. There it is. GG. I cannot believe what I just saw. How? How did Jordan win this game? Everything was stacked against him. He didn't have a single castle with Chinese. He didn't have a single relic. Fire had tons of siege. That was both a really impressive comeback from Jordan, because a lot of players probably would have resigned early, and also a massive throw from Fire, has to be said. It was more about Fire's throw than Jordan's comeback. I don't want to take anything away from Jordan. But there's simply no way that you should lose from the position Fire was in. There's simply no way. Do you remember that period where he threw 4 bombard cannons away, and then soon after he lost those trebs? That's where it all started to unravel for him, man. Oh my goodness, I can't imagine. I think Fire is going to need a quick break, take a 2-minute walk or something. Clear his mind after that one, because that's what you have to do. The sign of a good player is coming back from a defeat like that. Jordan showed in this game how you could maybe have a positive mindset and a negative situation and turn things around. Look at the gold difference, guys. Look at the gold difference. 27,000 gold versus 12,000 gold. Should not happen. Should not happen. Jordan23 gets the win. The score is now 1-1. And sign that this is going to be a fantastic series. It was 5,000 relic gold for Fire, by the way. 5,000 relic gold. What was the biggest mistake, in your opinion, from Fire? Losing his siege and stopping his push. He lost all of his siege. All he needed to... And he lost a lot of hand cannons and camels for free. So all you need to do in Fire's situation is protect your siege and push. You don't need to raid. He sent a couple group of camels into Halbs in the back of Jordan's base and lost them. You just need to continue production and continue the siege push. When he started attacking the champion, it was when he was already falling behind. But yeah, man, he had both sides secured. And he had the gold. So we will see Fire's home map next. And maybe Fire can turn things around. Its score's only 1-1. We're acting like Fire's just lost the series. It's only 1-1. The home maps for Fire is Rooster and Cross. And here's a look at the civs. I haven't been able to look at chat. I haven't been able to look at the alerts. But thank you guys for the support. I do notice that's coming in. I'm assuming we'll see Japanese or Malay for Fire on Rooster. And then for Jordan23, he'll probably go Italians. That makes the most sense for me. Now what's exciting about this is whoever loses this game will get to use their next home map. So we get to see a lot of player preference, a lot of player preparation in each series. And when it comes to the main event of Hidden Cup, we won't know who the players are. It'll say that they're Genghis Khan or William Wallace or, you know, there's Godzone Sling. There's 16 different names. So we can guess who the player might be based off their civ and their home map choice. Hey Bolt, what's up? Hey SFB, welcome to the stream. Okay, let me go through this list real quickly. I won't be able to shout out the amount of months. Many of these are new subs, and then there's resubs as well. Thank you, Pref, Doe, Fried Eggs, Matt Bush, Reap, Midsock, Crispy Moose, Tom Siva, Angrith, Tuksut, Zachlit, Toby, Ralik, 26 Gooner, Tanga, Tommy. Thank you guys. Thank you for being a part of this. If you could just give me a favor and get some hype going in the chat, because now it scores 1-1 between Fire and Jordan. And Fire has his home map. This is Rooster, as we said. And Fire has the Japanese. And Jordan23 now has the Italians. Fire chose Rooster for his home map in the best of fives in the earlier rounds. And I don't think he ever lost. I think he was undefeated on Rooster. And this is a map that he's played for years and years. Now, he didn't use Mongols for this, like he did in the best of fives in round 1, round 2, which is a bit of a surprise. He actually used Mongols for game 1, and he got a win. But I wasn't expecting to see Mongols on Arabia. I was expecting to see it on a water map. So the benefit of Japanese is that their fishing ships have insane armor, their lumber camps, their mills, and their mining camps are very cheap, and that allows for a lot of flexibility. And then for Italians, there's 3 bonuses that they have that apply directly towards water. Their fishing ships cost 15% less, their dock techs cost 50% less, and then advancing to the next stage is 15% less as well. So you can have a slightly faster feudal time with Italians. You can make a few more fishing ships, or at least save more wood when making fishing ships with Italians. And then if this goes Castle Age, to get War Galley and all of the different technologies he might get, is cheaper for Jordan. So I think this is a very close matchup. A Japanese should have an edge at the early stages, because that's not when you're getting dock techs. I think Castle Age onwards, I favor Italians slightly. But Rooster's all about build orders. If you're 15, 20, 25 seconds behind a feudal age, you could find yourself down a fishing ship. So it's a lot about execution. And, oh, Fire calls a restart. Okay. So Fire uses one of his 2 restarts, and you have 2 per best of 7, and they don't need to say why. They have to call it before 4 minutes. This is likely because of the build. Fire, oh, you know what? Fire might not like his deer location. Maybe that's it. He did get one. Maybe he felt like he would be slower to feudal with the deer. Doesn't matter though, we'll go back. It's probably because of the deer there. But he got one. He's getting his dock up. Yeah, who knows. T90, our home map selected from a limited map pool. Yeah, there's 10 maps you can choose from. T90, why do you always say the 23? You mean the 23 that's in Jordan23's username? I mean, kind of makes sense. It's like, I can't really think of another example. I guess, I don't know, man. What's wrong with saying 23? His name is Jordan23. I didn't really think there was a problem with that. Never thought about it that way. Maybe I have to analyze my way of doing things. You guys have to say sup T. Sup T, how you doing, man? What's up, O? Hey, O. S, welcome to the stream, Jay. Glad to have you here, man. I mean, I could say Jordan. I think if I say Jordan23 or Jordan, you guys know who I'm talking about, so. Two and a half minutes, it'll be the same map and same civs. I'll have to look at the deer locations just to make sure. Now, Fire can have no complaints about the map. It does happen on Rooster, and Fire was actually the one who helped us test Rooster, so. Are you TO now? Like Terrell Owens? Yeah, sure. Sure. I'm way better at football than Terrell Owens. Let's be honest. I doubt you guys are surprised. T90 just sprinted home from uni just in time to catch the end of match 2. What happened in match 1? Match 1 was Mongols versus Celts. Fire got the win in a pretty quick game. It's best of 7, guys. The player who wins this best of 7 will be playing in the Hidden Cup 2 main event. This is a big deal. By the way, we just crossed 70,000 followers on Twitch. That's a big number, guys. Ooh, see, I like these colors a lot. I like these colors a lot. I hope that people pick yellow during the main event. Because yellow and blue, they just look so good, man. They just look so good. Does anyone else agree with me on that? Alright, so the deer for Jordan are here, sorry. This is fine. You can still push them. And then Fire... See, Fire's deer are even worse now. So I don't know what his reasoning was for the restart. But his deer were pushable last time. He had pushed one. This makes things a little bit more complicated. In fact, this is really unfortunate. So I don't when you call a restart, it's such a risk because when something really bad happens later on in a best of 7, like you lose a villager or you lose a pig, or maybe you don't have a closed off map with a civ where you need to wall, then you're in trouble. And I feel like on the previous map he had already pushed one deer. He was on his way to push the second. Jordan hadn't even pushed one at that point. Well, no, it's easy to say now, but I think Fire might be kicking himself for calling that restart. But the way that the deer are and the boar is, it's very awkward, man. Very, very awkward. And he won't even scout this early. He's gone to the other side. You will find that a lot of the secret players save their restarts. Notice how Jordan didn't call restart in game 1. Notice how he didn't call restart in game 2 despite losing the pig. There were reasons for a restart in game 1. And there are reasons for a restart in game 2. But Jordan's saving them. I think it's a smarter approach. Because if you use your restarts early, you might really need them later on. Look! He didn't even have sheep underneath his TC. Like, that's grounds, that's gonna slow him down. Fire, will he call his second re here? It's his home map. Honestly, wouldn't surprise me to see him call his second restart here. He's getting Loom. This is really bad. This is an awful build. I guess he won't call the re, but the only reason he's not calling the re is because he wants to save it. Because this has been bad for him. And oh my god. Don't tell me Jordan's going to get the first hit. Oh man, Jordan. I feel like if you would have committed to that fight, it could have made things really interesting. Jordan will see that Fire's pig is there, and Fire types 11. Do you think that's 11 because Jordan has arrived already? Or do you think that's 11 because he just called a restart, and now his deer are far away, and his pig is far away? I think the second option. He loses some resources. Can't be too happy about this. And for Jordan, we haven't looked at his base much. He has his dock up. He'll be making fishing ships. He has the extra sheep now. For those that are not Age of Empires 2 addicts, oh, don't tell me. Don't tell me. Is he going to lose his villager? He had a scout there to block. Oh, God. Man, I'm even angry right now. Is that making anyone else tilted? I'm salty, man. Just watching this. Oh boy. Well, what was I saying? I forget what I was saying. I lost my train of thought. Jordan, this is gonna be great for him, man. On Fire's home map. Fire didn't have the most pushable deer. Fire's lost a villager. Fire's down sheep. Nightmare for Fire. Nightmare for Fire. I think had he had a different map gen, the restart would look... It would make sense. Wait, Jordan lost one as well, though. The funny thing is that Jordan still has the lead. Jordan's still favored, but yeah, anyway. I'm hoping that Fire can turn things around a little bit here. I'm hoping that this becomes even. It's all down to the feudal times. So, Jordan's already on the way up. He has the cheap uptime, or the cheap cost as Italians. And Fire is not up yet. And remember, he lost the villager. He didn't have deer. Can he up? 10 more food, he's up. Okay. It's not the end of the world, I guess, for Fire. And what is this field doing? This is interesting. Where's she going? Doc? You know, this might be a smart play from Fire. He might be recognizing that he is delayed, and so he wants to build his second dock in a safer position where he can hide his fish. Yeah, because Jordan will look for this. He sees the dock. Jordan will send his first fire galleys there, meaning that Fire might keep his fish alive a bit longer. That's got to be the reason. That's actually really smart thinking from Fire. 3 docks for Fire. Keep in mind, Japanese fishing ships have armor, so they're able to survive longer. So I think Fire's fine here. And they both have their scouts. Jordan23's scouts has more HP. Fire... I guess if Jordan doesn't patrol and Fire gets a hit, then Fire might have won that. But yeah, okay. So keep an eye on any potential sneaks on the land. You could always do that. It's about production. Every single dock is producing for Fire. Good stuff. Good recovery. 2 fire galleys, 1 demo. And just 3 docks for Jordan23. And he's doing the same. And he's not going to the correct area. I like that dock from Fire. Makes a lot of sense. I don't like how he has 1 fishing ship here, but maybe he just forgot about it. Look, Jordan's... Where's he docked? Jordan might start scouting furiously. Yeah, Jordan is expecting a landing, but he immediately researches Town Watch. So he's looking for any villagers that might be here. Oh my god, Jordan's overreacting and building a barracks. He definitely expects his opponent to be landing him. He's building a barracks. Okay, he deletes it now. Hey, Jordan got you baited a bit there. That's fascinating, okay. So 4 fire galleys and 1 demo for Jordan. Oh, the demo could make all the difference here. Not the best demo ever. Will Jordan expect a demo from fire from behind? Now he sees it. He splits his group nicely. And it's fairly even fight. I think the demo will... Oh, the demo will stay alive? Okay. Yeah, fairly even fight. I like the position slightly more for fire right now, but... Few things to remember, if this goes Castle Age, Italians get stronger because their cost to Castle Age is less. Also, their dock techs are less. Then you have the cheap mining camps and the cheap mills if you are in fire's position. But I feel like Italians are going to have the edge with what techs they have available. Jordan was thinking about sailing away, then comes back to defend, and fire is just passing, and fire will leave. 9 military versus 8. More HP on the ships for Jordan23. Fire needs a demo. He needs a demo. He needs a demo here, he needs a demo here, or both. Ooh! Decent. Oh, that one... Did that one even connect? I'm not sure that one even fully connected. Great micro from Jordan with the fire galleys this game. Notice how he's sending the weak ones back to repair. That one's on 1 HP and he saved it. This one's on 4 HP and he's trying to save it. If fire can kill those though. Man, fire has to finish these off. 4 HP, 4 HP. So there's 3 weak ones. Those should be dead. Better micro for Jordan. Jordan's microing really, really well. And I like the repairs. Alright, so I heard a market for Jordan. Sometimes you would see players sell their stone here. And then buy some food and try and up castle really fast. Well, 500 food for fire. Fire, he has his market up as well. The castle times will be hugely important. 11 military versus 8. This is purely down to Jordan's micro earlier. And saving the weak ones. And that's not bad for Jordan. It's kind of a waste of a demo for fire. Making his situation look a bit worse on water. He could lose his fish now. Demos could always be here to save the day. Let's see. It's really tough to win water in feudal when there's there's demolition rafts around. You could be behind by 3 or 4 numbers, but you make a few demos and you can even it out. So it's even hard for me as a caster to judge because you don't know if the demos are going to land. Demos are always a bit of a gamble. There's the blacksmith. I think we'll see players click up at the same time. Yeah, watch. Jordan will click up. Yeah, same time. 3-second difference. And, oh, a transport. A transport. What are you planning, fire? 2 villagers. Load up into a transport. Now, will they go for a tower on the gold, possibly? I don't think they could sail across the center. They'd have to go this way. Jordan, expecting this, already has his scout there, and he's walling up. We'll see. And now Jordan will build a barrack, so... Wouldn't surprise me to see him build a stable, maybe, and try and send a knight out across. Fire's actually not walled. There's the transport, so fire gets across. I don't like that demo for fire. I don't like that demo either. Those are 2 wasted demos. You need to go to the main group with the demolition route. No, don't. Why? Okay, it didn't. I heard the explosion noise. It didn't actually go off. Yeah, I just don't like the use of the demos there for fire. I feel like he either needed more fire galleys, which are less of a risk, or he needed to make the demos work. Still very, very close. And there's a stable. Does Jordan23 see this? Wait. Oh, he saw the Vills building. He didn't see anything though. I don't know if he's aware. He might have been microing or looking at his eco there. Now, this doesn't really matter because this is walled off. It only matters if fire is able to transport around the wall. And there's also a monastery there. Okay, Jordan will now see this. So there will be no surprises. The villagers will not die though. And the villagers are building a monastery. And Jordan is getting war galley, which will mean his fire galleys turn into fire ships. His demo rafts turn into demolition ships. That gives the Italian player, Jordan23, a lead on water. And we'll see about lands, because fire, I think fire will shift more into a boom on lands. And try and be as aggressive as possible here with the stable and with the monastery. Notice how he's on 2 town centers. Yeah, so he'll... I don't know if he'll fully give up water, but it does seem like he's going to lose it now. But if you transport the knights around, you might get lucky. It's not a bad play. Jordan has a monastery, though, for conversions. So the Vil lead will be higher for fire. The fishing ship count will probably be fire for Jordan. Higher for Jordan, sorry. It'll probably be higher for Jordan because he'll kill Fire's fishing ships. Now, not kill Fire's fish and chips. Fire's not British. You can't do that. He's Brazilian, but you could kill his fishing ships. Fire needs a little bit of luck, man. And if he shows up here, he'll hit the gold. That would be just what he's looking for. Oh, transport here. Fire, no. Oh my god, can you imagine? That would have been perfect. Okay, he'll hit the wood line, though. This is good. He should get rewarded with a Vil kill, at least. And now, there's a transport from Jordan. Jordan wants to transport his own knights across. Jordan hasn't reacted to this yet. He's lost 2 villagers. A bit sloppy, if you ask me. Make that 3. Make that 4. Wait. 4. Wow, that's significant, man. That is significant. Now, Fire has no defense from knights if Jordan were to send some across. Oh, but Fire can see the transport. Are you kidding me? Fire can see the transport. So he noticed the transport. He has no way of sniping that, right? No, he's no way of sniping that. He has to defend with his own monastery. He's on 3 town centers. He has a 15 villager lead. And back at Jordan's island, Jordan got a conversion. And he saved his monk inside the TC. And then here we have monk conversions, but Jordan picked off 2 of them. Maybe even 3 of them. Really tough game to follow right now. Extremely sloppy. Jordan will lose another Vil. He sends in the knights. Complicated stuff. But I think that Jordan's eco is going to be a concern for him. He's losing far too many villagers. He doesn't have a lot of farms. He can't wall this up. That's 3 more villagers dead. And Jordan arrives and only finds town centers for Fire. So for Fire, he keeps his vills alive. And his base is pretty secure with the town centers. Yeah, I don't like the food eco for Jordan. He's 20 vills behind now because he can't create more villagers. Here come the farms. But look at Fire's eco, man. So what Fire could do is have a faster Imperial time and then just go right back on water. He could go right back on water now. He's redocked. I think this is going much better for Fire at the moment, and I think the score is going to be deceiving. We'll see, though. Jordan has added the fishing ships, but Fire could swoop right in and kill them. Jordan does not have a lot of control, even a defensive monastery now for Fire. Such a difficult map to play, though, man. There were so many different things happening at the same time. So difficult. It's quite a few knights going forward for Jordan, though. Perhaps realizing he's behind. he'll try and get to Fire's base. I don't know if he can do much right now. And Fire, what a play! He has the scout waiting, and he kills another monk. I also like how Fire is waiting to send the fire galleys out. He's being extremely patient with this. And I loved the Scout Edition, man. The Scout Edition was clutch. How many monks has he killed with just scouts this game? Alright, but he does need to address this. He does need to be worried. Oh, and Jordan? That's got to be for a forward siege workshop. No, it's for walls. Jordan wants to wall it up. Well, alright. Fire gets a conversion on one of Jordan's knights. Fire will lose his monk. Again, it's really hard to follow this game, but that's good. That's fine for Fire because he'll kill the knights. Knights and scouts running into Jordan's base. Jordan, he sees there's docks here, so he knows he might need to defend on water. Now he's making war galleys, and there's not a lot of them. War galleys need to be in mass. And he does not have Bodcanero either. Fire has a lot of navy coming in, guys. Look at the fire ships from Fire. Patrol it, Fire. Okay, he was a bit late to fighting there. And Jordan's also making a demo. This could be good for Jordan, actually. Let's see. A demo here and a demo here. It's close. Such a close game. Such a close game. Sometimes the demo noise goes off. And it doesn't actually explode. I think Jordan's gonna hold on water. And man, how has he macroed his way out of this? He could click Imp now. He needs University and he could click Imp. My goodness, man. And somehow Fire doesn't have the resources, despite having 20 more villagers to go Imp. Well, again, power of Italians because it's cheaper. I'm not gonna sing, guys, by the way. In case you're wondering, I'm definitely not gonna sing. I'm a bit surprised that Jordan has been able to macro this well. It really doesn't feel like he had the eco. He had 20 idols. He was down 15 to 20 bills. Fire's moment has to be now. I think that Fire's extra vills, I think Fire wanted the castle here, and that's now being denied, which is another bad thing for him. Fire's extra vill lead only matters if he takes water away from Jordan now. Because Jordan will go for water control. Jordan wants to wall, and he wants to win water. So Fire has till the 37th minute. And I'm not sure. I'm not sure. A big demo for Jordan23. He has another demo in here as well. Close game, guys. Fire wanted to castle here as opposed to walling it up. Oh my god! That's a good demo for Fire. Now, what was the plan for Jordan in the next stage? Was it to go Galleon? I think it was originally to go Galleon, because he made the war galleys. Now he hits Imp. He is getting Galleon. And he's getting fast. Wait, no, he... Oh, nice demo there. Okay, so he canceled Galleon. He's getting fast fire. Makes sense. And there's a cast for Fire, so he could break through if he wanted to. Fire needs to go Imp, though. Fire needs to go Imp. Wow, Jordan with monks converting ships. Alright, that's one way to protect your shoreline. And now Fast Fire ship is in, and now Fire's not anywhere close to the Imperial Age. Oh, he's building towers! Wow, okay. Well, I wasn't expecting this. He's building towers on the shoreline. And he's researching guard tower. Well, I know Tato is casting this for the Chinese audience, or not the Chinese audience. That wouldn't make any sense, for the Spanish audience. And he's probably proud of the towers. Today I learned Chinese. Tato can also speak Chinese. Come on, Fire. You have to get up, man. You have to get up. There we go. He's on his way to Imp. It's not looking too hot, though. He wants to TC this gold? Jordan's already castled it. Jordan knows that Fire has a castle, so he can make trebuchets. Fire is behind on water, and he will soon be behind on land. The vill count doesn't matter. It's the efficiency and how you can use the resources at this point. It's obvious to me Jordan has less vills, but they're more efficient right now. And they're building up towards something. And that's not the case for Fire. I don't know what Fire's plan is here. Maybe it's defend with towers on the shoreline and then go for the land fight. But if that's the case, he could lose his castle. Yeah, Fire, believe it or not, he's not looking too hot right now. He's getting burned. He's getting smoked. Yeah, Jordan will make ranges as well. The good thing for Jordan is he sees everything that Fire's going with. Does he really want to go Cavalier? Cavalier's an interesting choice. Well, if Fire goes straight into skirmishers, it works. I thought Fire would go ARBs with all the gold he has. Fire, he has 1,400 gold, and he's trying to go skirmishers. Yeah, it's a sign that Fire's behind, if that's the case. It's a sign that Fire is running out of time. He's in the Imperial Age, and he does not even have Bodkin Arrow. He's getting that upgrade now. Very little eco balance for him. But, you know, maybe if he loses this area, he could push from here. Maybe the towers will be enough to hold. He loses a monk there. Jordan, by the way, does have 2 relics. Ooh, and Fire attempting a redock, and Jordan23 is founded. So that's the second time that Jordan has tried to come back onto... Or, I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what's going on with me today. I'm misspeaking a lot. This has not been my day. This is the second time that Fire has tried to come back onto water, and it has been denied by Jordan. Yeah, there's no way Fire holds this area, and Fire calls the GG. Jordan23 gets the win. So Fire called a restart when he had somewhat pushable deer. I will say that when he called the restart, his deer were certainly more awkward. But I felt like his build and the game he called the restart on was fine. But anywho, we'd play another game, same civs. Really unfortunate position with the deer. Really unfortunate position with the sheep and the pig. Fire stays alive. I thought Fire had a lead in this game. I'm still not sure where it went wrong for him. But Jordan was able to macro his way out of it, get to the Imperial Age, and I think more importantly, hold water here. That moment where Fire tried to re-win water was the moment for him. And Jordan held with a few demos. And then he took the map control on the right-hand side. Yeah, it was sloppy all around, man. The Castle Age was hectic. They both lost villagers in Dark Age. And there was a lot of things that went wrong for them. Rooster is just one of those maps where it's hard to focus. But this is why I'm confused. Fire had more food, more wood, more stone, and more gold. And yet, he was imp way later, and he didn't have military. When he hit the Imperial Age, he had 1,000 food, and he had 1,500 gold and 0 wood. So something went wrong with his balance. Something went wrong with what he was going with. Whereas Jordan, every time he got a couple hundred wood or food or gold, he was able to use it. That was not the case for Fire. But anyway, this is a best of 7. That was just game number 3. And since Fire lost that game, we go to his second home map now. So we don't go to one of Jordan's home maps. We go to the next home map of Fire. That will be on Cross. So Cross is another map that has water on it. Jordan23 takes a 2-1 lead. So since we have so many people here, I need a glass of water, and in the meantime, what I'll do is I'm going to play the Hidden Cup hype video. Hidden Cup will be happening on April 11th through the 14th. These players here today are fighting for a spot in that event. Wait, no, Game 4, Game 4 is Cup. I'm sorry, Game 4 is Cup. That was just another test. We're testing you. I wanted to make sure that you knew that Tato couldn't speak Chinese and that he speaks Spanish. I wanted to make sure that you guys could read the settings, which are on the screen. That means Game 4 is Cup, alright? So I'll play the Hidden Cup 2 video and try and find my brains while I'm doing that. What's up, Age of Empires 2 fans? I am more than proud to announce the second edition of the AoE 2 Hidden Cup. Hidden Cup 2 is a 16-man tournament with a prize pool of over $10,000 and features the best players in the world. The twist is that these players will not know who they're playing against throughout the entire event, and I will also not know the identities while casting the games. 16 top players will face off against each other in an unseeded bracket and using classic Age of Empires 2 usernames like Attila the Hun, Joan of Arc, Robin Hood, Genghis Khan, El Cid, William Wallace, and many more. This event will feature Mr. Yo, MBL, The Viper, Leary, The Max, Hera, Nikov, Doubt, Bact, Tato, Valiz, Tim, Fat Dragon, and ACCM. This event will also feature the debut of an amazing program called Capture Age by Deco and Sir Lawrence NZ. Hidden Cup 2 will be broadcasted in a way that Age of Empires 2 has never seen before. Capture Age gives us the ability to zoom and pan around the map and enjoy Age of Empires 2 like we've always wished. This event will include 2 brand new maps and many longtime favorites. With Capture Age, there is not a spot on the map that will be missed. Hidden Cup 2 will be live streamed at twitch.tv/T90official on April 11th, 12th, 13th, and 14th. Those in the audience can take part in guessing competitions, giveaways, and more. Don't hide, ladies and gentlemen. This event is simply too good to miss. How about that Doubt Castle? How about that Doubt Castle, man? Oh man, I can't wait. I can't wait. Not necessarily for the Doubt Castles, but for the main event. Okay, so the next game has, I think, GB, Miss Civ, I was chatting T90. I think they're replaying this. I know you guys heard the taunts. Yeah, they're replaying this, so I'll just close it out. Yeah, so the next game is Cup. My bad, I'm getting the map wrong. I lost track. Tell you what, I have good and bad days as a caster, man. Like, sometimes I just don't have the brain to speak, and sometimes it takes longer for me to warm up, so. Also, I'm extremely self-critical, so if I make mistakes, I tend to beat myself up for it internally. Anyway, if you have a few questions, I can answer them now. XF, did you ever cast with Capture Age? Not publicly, no. But I will be doing extensive testing with it. T90, how do you handle the pings with different players? Well, there's no ping in-game. There's no pings in-game. Also on the save and exit screen, there's no ping. You can only really do so much, though. Because they're going to have the feel. Yeah, so what happened there was Jordan used his map. And Fire... Jordan's just a bit upset because now Fire knows what Jordan's civilization is going to be. Okay. Jordan's going to play it out anyway. So what happens is if Fire doesn't have one of his civs at the start, and Jordan picked his civ, and then they have to replay it, Fire will know exactly what Jordan's going for. But I think in this case, Fire said I clearly have a civ for the map. I think in this case, with the civs remaining, Fire's probably going for Malians here, or Malay. I mean, there's really no other option. It's got to be Malay or Malians. And then Jordan, actually, I didn't see what Jordan had chosen. I believe Jordan went for Franks, which is an interesting choice. Yeah, no drama, and they'll start the match soon. T90, do you have any tips on how to get better except learning hotkeys and build orders? No, because learning hotkeys and build orders is how you get better. I mean, those are the two things that you need to do, man. Learn those hotkeys and learn build orders. I mean, otherwise, it's like that's pretty much the building block. So I can't really think of anything else for you. King's Monkey, thank you for the 5 months. He says, I feel like my first month was just yesterday. Roy says, you sing now or I unsub. Don't make me do this. So close to 2 years. Roy, thank you for the 21 months. La la. There you go. There's your song. Mick Jagger, thank you for the 8 months. Nils, thank you for 21. Shattercoin and General Zag and Epray, thank you for the brand new subs. Low53. Lol, man. Stritaz, thank you guys. I'm gonna miss some names here, okay? There were a few donos from Tux and from T90 apparently. T90 said, "Hey guys, it's me T90. I'm just here to say that I hate Age of Empires and I'm moving on to Dota 2. That's not me. That's someone else." Tesserix battle tutorial, thanks guys. I will go through that list if I miss it, but the game's about to begin. Yeah, the thing is, if you want to improve, you need to start off with learning hotkeys and build orders. Anything after that, I mean, there's definitely things after that, but you have to start with hotkeys and build orders. There's no other way to begin. So once you get the hotkeys and build orders down, then you learn from there, but you can't, there's an order that goes with it, right? Like you have to stick to that order. I mean all the experience that's come in from me watching is because I learned that base of build orders. And then from there, it's fun and you could talk about strategy and transitions. But you got to start with builds and you have to start with hotkeys. So Franks for Jordan23. Jordan23 is up 2-1 in this best of 7 qualifier. Once again, the person who wins this will play in the Hidden Cup 2 main event. We won't know their identities during the entire event. $10,000 on the line. I'm excited. Jordan has chosen Franks, and this is something that Dogal did in one of his qualifiers. And it's an interesting pick. I think that Franks are an all-around great land civ. On water, sometimes they can be questionable. And Fire has Malians, which was seen pretty often in the qualifiers. Oh, he's Malay. What is wrong with me today? Malay and Malians were seen often in the qualifiers. What is wrong with me today? Something is wrong, okay? I am broken. I'm broken. I need to be fixed. I have to call the repairman. Jesus. So, he's Malay. Malay's also a great civ for this. We saw it from most of the players in the qualifiers. Malay and Malians were the two most commonly picked civs in the best of 5s. Franks was only seen once, though. It's kind of a weird pick. So to talk about the map, you have standard starting resources. You have 2 boars, 4 deer, you have 3 golds, and then there's always a neutral gold in this corner. Apart from that, you have the water in the center. So there's water on the right-hand side, water on the left-hand side. You can dock for fish. You can build on this terrain if you want to go forward with villagers or build a mill on there. There's different possibilities, but the important thing to note is if you do go water, you cannot cross to the other side because this is blocking you off from doing so. So if you dock the left and then someone sends archers in on the right, you can't demo that unless you redock here. But this is a big reason why I think Malay are a strong civ, because they have the harbors later on, and harbors are quite simply insane in the Imperial Age. Also, they have a better tech tree when it comes to water than Franks do. The thing with Franks though, and Jordan is planning on laming here, Fire's just spotted him. the thing with Franks, and that's a smart move from Fire to fight that, because now he can use his scout to finish off Jordan. Jordan has to run away. Franks, they're more of a land civ. Is Jordan trying this again? Jordan is trying this again. I don't think that was very successful for Jordan. So I think Franks will need to use the land aspect of this map a bit more. Use the mobility they have with their scouts and their knights. And then for melee, they probably need to wall a bit more. Play it into archers and water control. And already you hear a dock has gone up for fire. So he'll start fishing. And there is a dock up for Jordan23 as well. They each have 2 fish close by. So it's a good play. Jordan was maybe a bit too aggressive there. You have 54 HP on your scout as Frank's. So you should win any scout fight. But because he let fire attack him with the villager, now he has less. And he has to run back. So I would expect a lot of walling from fire. Maybe a wall here, and then a wall on this side. Because otherwise, it can be difficult to deal with the speed that Franks will have. Well, another cool thing about Franks is that you have the cheap castles. So there's always gold in the center here as well. It's a bit like Gold Rush in that sense. So you could build castles there. You could build castles here. Again, you can build in that terrain. So I think as the game goes on, Franks have some interesting options. Also, I think Franks get heavy demo, so they're not that bad on water. Yeah, they get fast fire and they get heavy demo. So the only reason they're not the best water civ is because they don't get Bracer for Galleon, but who knows if Galleons will even be the choice from Fire. Fire might go for fire ships, and he might go for demos. So Jordan is on the way up after making 3 fishing ships. He actually wants to make 4. And I think he wants to follow that up with the scout build. Now this is not so easy, because with a normal scout build, you don't build a dock, you don't build 4 fishing ships, which costs a lot of wood. So notice how he does not... Oh! Wait, he's going to gold. Okay, so... I was wrong. Gold indicates he wants to fight for water. And fire's going to stone, huh? Or did he click the stone and then will he go to the gold? I feel like he might collect 30 stone. No, he's going forward! Wow, okay. Well, this is interesting. Fire wants to tower rush. He walks right across the center of the map. He'll build a barracks. And he wants to tower rush. And Jordan's building the barracks as well. Alright. So the thing about this map is there's no build order for it. There's no strategy that you should go for every time. You always have different options. You can dock the left or the right. You can go forward and tower. I don't think a meta has developed yet, which makes this exciting. And you know what Fire might do is he might tower the dock. It's not a bad play. You tower the dock is useless. You could even gate it in. You could wall it in. Now, if a demo comes out, you could lose all of his villagers. Yeah, he towers here. And he's also using his scout to kill fishing ships. And meanwhile, Jordan's trying to use his scout to kill Fire's fishing ship. And Fire saves it. Fire saves it. Now, Jordan is building a counter tower. He will have 2 fire galleys out. Fire gets his tower up. See how the tower fares. See, the fire ship can actually go underneath the tower there. Weird one, huh? This is the first time we've seen this strategy. How will the spears do? Pointy boys. Not doing too hot. Fire's not doing too hot here. His tower's gonna go down. His villagers will be stranded. Tell me Jordan's making a demo. Oh, a demo would be so sweet. Imagine if he walled here. He could wall here. Whoa! Whoa, Fire, what are you doing? What's going on? Wait, he wants to batter this tower down and send more villagers inside this one? He has so many weak villagers around here. What is this? Oh, it's a disaster. Oh my goodness, this game plan has not worked. Villagers dying everywhere. He has 3 villagers remaining, most of which are weak. 25 villagers versus, 26 versus 21. And Jordan wants to make a few scouts, and I imagine more villagers are going to die here as well. Yeah, that villager on 3 HP is repairing. it's worked! It's worked! She's a boss! I'm sorry I ever doubted you. And now Fire will tower here, okay. Well, I don't think Fire's eco is very good. And I don't think he has the eco to deal with 4 or 5 scouts running into his base, or Jordan sending a scout in to kill a villager. Jordan wins the game. Yeah, that was not thought through properly. Now, I think there's potential with forwarding the dock. I think there's potential. However, it did not look very good there. And I don't know if that was something that Fire practiced, or I don't know the reasoning behind it, but I think that Malay's advantage is not going forward in this matchup. Malay's advantage is walling at home and trying to win water and taking this late game where you have harbor control. Don't completely agree with the decision there from Fire. And Jordan23 is now up 3-1 in this qualifier. He just needs one more win. It was a very close, very quick game. Sorry, it was a 15-minute one. Game 1 was quick, and then game number 4 was pretty quick. So that means game 5 is Fire's next home map. I got it right, and it's Cross. So Cross for Fire. He needs to win this game, and the next game, and the game after that. Otherwise, he's not participating in the main event of Hidden Cup number 2. That is not what I wanted. Sorry. This is what I wanted. Alright, so Fire has used Mongols, he's used Indians, he's used Japanese, and he's used Malay. So he has Malians available, he has Slavs available, and he has Byzantines available. Not bad. I think if you're playing on Cross, Malians is always a good pick. I'm curious when he's going to use Slavs. He hasn't used that one yet. Probably Malians, and then Jordan has Huns, right? Yeah, you should go Huns if you're in Jordan's shoes. Huns is arguably one of the best cross civilizations. The other options for Jordan would be Spanish, which isn't awful. You could go Spanish and Conquistadors. And Vikings is also not bad. Yeah, so Vikings, Spanish, Huns for Jordan. And then, sorry, the Civ draft is backwards with the scoreboard, by the way. I can't change that. And then Slavs, Malians, and Byzantines for Fire. This time it seemed like he wanted a quick win. I don't know, man. It just... The play from Fire in that game did not make any sense. Especially considering the Civ matchup. Because I think Franks need to end that one early before Malay get control of the water. So to go forward like that... He was actually in feudal age slightly after Jordan, I think. I don't know, it's just a low confidence move. Or it's a sign that he might be frustrated. I'm not sure. Hard to say. You think it's a mental weakness? It could be. It could be. These best of 7s are grueling, man. You're going to have frustrating losses. You have to have the mentality to come back from it. Just kind of forget it happened, right? I think game number 2. Looking back at game number 2, that's not a game that Fire should have lost. The score could easily read 2-2 right now. And it doesn't because of that game. So Spanish and Byzantines. Alright, Jordan will use Spanish on Cross. This is the other home map for Fire. And Fire picking Byzantines. That's a surprise for me. But he will have 2 strong civs available afterwards. I have never seen Byzantines versus Spanish on Cross. Ever. This has never happened for me before. Starting with Jordan's base. Jordan has a nice main gold, nice easy wall off on the right-hand side. He has a very open center of the map, though. And I think this gold is his, so he'll need to have that. Fire's main gold is close to the TC, but it's forward. His second and third gold is here. He also has good walling potential if you'd like to wall here, like to wall here. There's plenty of wood lines to wall between. The focus on Cross, though, is always the pawns. So there's 4 pawns. One in the north, one in the south, one in the east, one in the west. Is Jordan about to lame, though? Yeah, Jordan's about to steal pig. This is revenge for game number 2, man. Oh, and Fire didn't even scout that. Fire doesn't even know that his pig was there because he was too busy luring in his deer. Perhaps a bit greedy if you're Fire. I think you need to scout the front of your base first. Jordan, unless he makes a mistake, will have a free pig. And Fire doesn't even know that his pig is not out there anymore. Really interesting scouting. He scouted the back of his base, pushed a deer, did not scout the front. Fortunately, Fire should find a sheep. But man, Fire only has 1 restart remaining. And he has 45 seconds to call it, if he feels like he should call it here. He can't lose another game. Otherwise, he's out of the best of 7. He cannot lose another game. And he's also missed out on his sheep. Okay, I think he might call it. He has 9 seconds to decide if he wants a restart or not. He still doesn't see his pig, still doesn't see his sheep. Didn't call it, okay. Just imagine if Jordan would have got the sheep as well. He would be so done. And Fire is lucky that Jordan didn't get the sheep, man. Because as far as Fire knows, Jordan has the sheep. Alright, there's the dock. Jordan will be doing the same. So, cool thing about Spanish is if you build conquistadors, you have all the food income with your fish. So you can make conquistadors and boom, which is quite complicated on normal maps. Jordan. 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 Jordan! House strict. House strict. Build a house. Save your vill. Yes! What a play! What a play! Okay, that could have been bad for Jordan. Still a bit sloppy, but he saves his villager with the house strict. Well played. Alright, and he'll bring in the pig now. And Fire will bring in his sheep. So when it comes to the maps, I feel like there's good and bad things about each map. I think that Fire's map is easier to wall, but he has to wall more. Those two things normally don't fit together, but if he's able to wall here, and here, and here, he has so many resources in his base, and a safe pond. Jordan has an earlier wall off on the right, but this is not all that realistic to wall in the center. So perhaps Jordan, if he wants to go conks, will build his castle there. I don't know if it's very easy to do that. They'd have to open up with something, so maybe scouts into knights, and then maybe conquistadors later. Oh, look. Fire's luring in a wolf. He's just having the grandest time, man. Oh, man. Fire's got to be a bit frustrated right now. Down a pig. He must know for sure now he doesn't have his boar. And now even the wolves are against him, man. 4 fishing ships for Fire in a moment. Same for Jordan, so they're even there. Fire does have a 2 vill lead. No, it's about a 1 vill lead. I think that's because Fire didn't research Loom. He's researching it now. And yeah, Jordan's going for the much safer wall off, which will secure his golds and stones for now. And then I think he will click up to the next stage. Byzantines are a very tricky civ to play against, though. I think Fire could have some success here. Now, I'm personally hoping, especially after, game 2, and then the last game where Fire fell flat, I'm hoping that this will be Fire's game. I'm hoping he can turn things around here, take it to the next match. He has 2 villagers running forward. Maybe she's going to wall. No, she'll dock here. Okay. And then this villager is for a sneak dock. But Fire is trying to sneak a dock with 0 scouting. He does not know where Jordan is. And he's hoping to dock Jordan's pond, but he hasn't scouted anything. And now he's walking next to the walls. It's just... It doesn't feel like Fire has a lot of control right now. It seems like he's hoping and praying things are going to work. In the previous game, he figured I'd just send villagers forward and we'll see what happens, and he did the same thing here. Maybe he's able to dock the north now, though. Maybe he... Okay, he has 2 villagers. 2 villagers here. He's gonna make sure he gets the dock up. Alright. Jordan, he's aware of where the pawns are, because it's always north, south, east, and west. He has a weak scout, so he can't really stop Fire from taking these pawns. So Fire has gone for the multiple dock approach. And Jordan23 is on stone. And he's gone for the one dock approach. So less food income right now for Jordan, but potentially a faster castle time into a very strong unit. But 3 pawns currently controlled for Fire. That is something he could capitalize on. Now here I think you stonewall your base. Yeah, this is good. Jordan can't stop the stonewalls. Here I think you fish boom and stonewall your whole freaking map. Just commit to it if you're Fire. Because again, Jordan, he actually hasn't clicked up yet. Jordan only has 5 fishing ships. Jordan doesn't have a single farm. He doesn't have a great economy. But what he will have is a castle. Fire won't have a castle, so he needs to secure his base. And he needs to boom. Take that eco lead. This is tough for Jordan. Okay, now he clicks up, finally. And Jordan does know that Fire has a dock in the north. I think he'll come down here and confirm that there's a dock in the south. So Jordan knows the situation. He knows he's behind in economy. Fire needs to wall here. He needs to stonewall here and here. He has a lot of stonewalling to complete. But... oh, even the cliff here. This is good. This is good for Fire, man. A lot of his base is walled up. He just needs to make sure that there's stone walls everywhere. This is funny. Fire's housed badly and Jordan scouts it. Has Jordan seen a stone wall? Jordan hasn't seen... oh god, no. You're kidding, right? That was so close. Jordan tried to dock the south. Now he sees the stone wall. Oh, if he would have left a little bit earlier, he might have snuck in there. Woo, boy. Yeah, Jordan's scout will die. I wonder if Jordan castle drops this, guys. He could quite easily place the castle in the front. Yes! He's going to castle drop! I mean, why not? Fire doesn't have any military. He doesn't have anything to stop that from happening. Why not place the castle forward? The Fire is about to click up to Castle Age with a 7 fishing ship lead, by the way, until Jordan tries to dock the north. If Jordan docks the north and kills the fish here, that's a huge deal. Fire needs to stop that. Now, some players will make a galley to hit the dock villager. Fire has made a fire galley. He has it on patrol, which is still enough if he spots her. Yep. Wait. Oh, well, I'll keep you updated there. There's the castle for Jordan. Jordan has 42 food. He doesn't have a berry villager. He has 1 farmer. He has 9 fishing ships. This is all in for him. And he's making petards. So he's making petards. Now, since these are feudal age stone walls, it just takes 1 petard to kill a piece of stone wall instead of 2. So they're stronger until Fire's in Castle Age. Oh yeah, you're right, chat. Fire's base is still open here. I guess Jordan hasn't scouted that because he lost his scout. Oh, but can she get the dock up? Jordan's gonna complete the dock. Now, Fire's fire ship should be able to range this. He just has not reacted. He had it on patrol. Oh, that could be a big deal. That could be a big deal. Fire. You let him get the dock up, man. And the petards busted through. They busted through the wall, and the conquistadors are here. The conquistadors are here. Are you kidding me? Fire is about to hit Castle Age. No. Jordan is in. He's through 4 layers of stone walls. Jordan has docked in the north. Jordan, kill the Towervilles, man. Oh my god. Disaster for Fire. He's fighting for his series life. If he loses this game, he doesn't go on to Hidden Cup 2, so he has to continue to try. Remember, he does have a 10 fishing ship lead. He needs a few monks to save the day here, but this is not a great situation, if you couldn't tell already. Also, Jordan, since he has the dock, he has researched war galleys, so these are fire ships instead of fire galleys. And he's killing more villagers now. And fire... His base would have been perfect if he kept the walls up. His base would have been perfect, but now, all this gold that should be safe, all this wood that should be safe is not safe, and Jordan is crushing him. Conquistadors are insane, man. That's 4 dead villagers. Make that 5. Could be 6, should be 6. Could be more than that. Oh my goodness! And then the fish in the north are gonna die too. I don't know if fire could do much to come back from this one, guys. The population's pretty close because of the fish. But the momentum that Jordan has right now is more than he could have wanted. Ever wanted. More than he could have ever expected. More villagers for free. Fire's dead. Fire's dead at this rate. Fire loses 1 monk. He loses 2 monks. He has 1 here. Can Jordan kill it? Jordan kills it before conversion. Fire is surrounded. Fire, I'm sure, is frustrated. He doesn't have access to gold at all. And it's 2 pawns to 2. Wow. Well, now Jordan can add town centers. He definitely has an eco lead. He knows that. He just needs to continue to pressure with conks and boom up even more. Fire can't take his resources. Look at this. Fire's on 1 tree here. 2 more vills, 3 more vills, and Jordan runs away. Did lose Conquistador though. I guess Fire's rewalled this, which is something. But man, I really feel bad for Fire right now. I'll be honest with you guys. If he would have been in Castle Age a minute earlier, the Conquistadors would have never got in because Jordan's petards would have been too late. Like, Fire is a good player. I can feel his frustration. He was a bit unlucky at times. But then you have to consider game 1. Jordan was a bit unlucky in game 1. Jordan got lamed in game 2. Fire had 5 relics in game 2. And Jordan still fought back and won. So anytime Jordan has been like under pressure, he's been able to come back. But you know, it's still 7 fishing ship lead for Fire. He is Byzantine, so maybe he has some things he can go for. And he has a lot of conquistadors now. So suddenly he has a small conquistador army. That's not too bad. Jordan's 2 TCs. So there's a slight edge there for Fire because he has 3. Jordan23 will now add his 3rd town center. And after all of that, it's a 6 vil lead for Jordan and a 7 fishing ship lead for Fire. And Fire could maybe get some sort of counter in. With Byzantine conquistadors. There's no way that Jordan can take the pond in the south. There's no way that Jordan... Well, actually, there is a way. But Jordan assumes that that's walled off, so Jordan won't go there. And now Jordan is getting atonement, so getting a few monk techs, actually. And he'll have to convert the conquistadors that used to be his! Fire gets a kill! That's risky for Fire to try and run in here. Let's see what his micro's like, man. Good micro. Jordan shot a deer. I don't think that was gonna help you out, man. Why'd you do that? That's not nice. Another kill for Fire. Fire has the population lead. And he loses a conquistador to a conversion. Now remember, there's no follow-up for Fire. He can't make more conquistadors, unless he converts them, of course. And I think Fire just deleted that one. Fire's on the way to Imp. Fire's on the way to Imp with the cheap Byzantine cost. He looked so dead, but the power of the fish means he's alive. And guys, if he's on his way to Imp, and he has the stone for a castle, which he's building, he could just treb Jordan back. And Jordan is investing food into villager after villager. He does not have a lot of food income yet. The extra villas hasn't spiked up for him yet. Which means that he'll still be in Castle Age. And Fire, it won't have a ton of eco remaining, but he'll have enough for a few trebuchets, a few monks, and a few pikemen. Now does Jordan start walling? Suddenly, Jordan realizes he's not very safe. What could he do? Normally when someone's going for a lower eco imp, you push it back in Castle Age. But in Jordan's position, what do you make? You make knights, they die to the pikes and they get converted. Same with conks. Not too sure, guys. Not too sure. 68 villagers versus 54. So there is a vill lead for Jordan23. But Fire could kill so many. 3 monasteries, so he's making a lot of monks. He's making a lot of pikes. Okay. I don't think Jordan did a lot wrong here. By the way. He's about to click imp himself. So, his resources spiked up. He's on his way. But I don't think that Jordan has really done a lot wrong here. He did a lot of damage. Now imagine how the game would have gone if Jordan wouldn't have gone through. Fire would be sitting pretty right now. You think he should have gone for more petards? Yeah, I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure. Fire has a lot of monks. Fire would have likely just converted them. Whatever conquistadors ran in. Jordan's getting forging now. What's he building? He's building stables. So I do think he is thinking of Cavalier. That's normal for Spanish, to go from conquistadors into Cavalier. But Byzantines, they have that cheap trash, right? So they have the cheap pointy boys, they have the cheap helps to counter the Cavalier. If Indian, or sorry, not Indians, if Spanish were to go gunpowder, then Byzantines have the counter to that as well. It's a very tricky civ to play against. Yeah, I know, this has been open all game. This has been open all game. I know it's killing you guys. Jordan expects us to be fully walled, and Fire I don't know what Fire's expecting. I guess he expects the wood line to go to the edge of the map. Probably won't play a huge role, though. But notice what Jordan's doing. He's collected relics. He's building outposts so he can see the other golds. He expects to lose his castle, and he will lose it now. Okay, he's starting off with light cav instead of cavalier because he sees the monks. Does not see any pikes though. Maybe he's preparing the ranges for gunpowder, so hussar hand cannon. The problem is that that takes some time, so maybe start off with skirms, Jordan. This is where T90 depends, right? If Jordan is able to hit the monks and delay the trebs, this is great. If he's able to delay this castle, it's great. But Fire should easily be able to stop this with proper micro. Let's see. It's not easy to convert light cap. And Jordan does have iron casting, so he has a lot of attack upgrades. He goes in specifically for the monks. Jordan kills some monks, but not enough. And this castle will go up. And Fire will make more and more helps. He'll make more and more trebuchets. And Jordan's in trouble, man. He loses access to the front of his base. He just doesn't have an answer yet. Despite the build lead. Just now getting his skirmisher upgrades. Like, for Fire, you need to continue this push. Kind of similar to Game 2 in a way. Right? Because remember in Game 2, Fire was pushing, he had a nice forward position, and then he lost control of the game somehow. He can't let that happen again. He's building his third castle. He's trebbing down all the buildings that Jordan is trying to produce from. Fire's looking good, man. Fire is looking very good. And block printing on the monk so he can actually convert skirmishers from distance. And if Jordan's going skirms out of forward ranges, the ranges will just be trebbed down. And Fire, he'll go for Camel. It's an interesting choice. Camel's good. Camel kills skirms. Camel kills light cab. That's all Jordan's making. No, Fire's not walled his hole, guys. It's still open. He's not paying attention to that. Fortunately, he's being so aggressive that it doesn't really matter. Well, look at this. Fire even seeing the monks will go in and kill those. One of them, anyhow. The attention to detail is looking good for Fire. Jordan is scrambling. Remember, Jordan has 4 relics in that monastery. It's amazing to me just how similar this game is to game number 2. Fire cannot lose his siege. Remember game number 2. There's lessons to be learned from that. Do not lose your siege. Continue to kill production buildings. Pack these up, send them in, Fire. Capped Ram for Jordan. Now, Capped Ram can be extremely helpful here. It can help against the Trebs. And Jordan is going to complete chemistry, so he could make bombard cannons. And the only thing that could kill the bombard cannons would be the camels or the monks for Fire. Oh, wow! Jordan! He wants to ram through the walls! Well, Fire hasn't had an issue with his base in a long while, but he could if Jordan opens this up and sends light cav in. And maybe now Fire will be distracted on the front. That's what it seems like to me. He's lost 1 trebuchet to skirmishers. This trebuchet could go down. It is going to die to skirmishers. And then these trebs are backing up. Are you kidding me? Jordan's late game has been really solid in this series. Really, really solid. Suddenly, this forward pressure for Fire stalls. And he's pulling back. Which I don't think is a great sign for him. I think it's giving Jordan time to get his food eco up. And make some different options. Make the bombard cannons, right? Make the rams. 171 population for Fire. By the way, he lost 8 to 10 vills in early castle. So the fact that he's even here is impressive. But yeah, 167 pop for him and 163 for Jordan. So it's very, very close. Where are the camels, though? Okay, there are a few of them. Because if he doesn't have camels, I could see his castles getting rams down. Siege ram now for Jordan. So just skirmishers and rams at the moment. Jordan might need halberdier after seeing the camels. Look at Jordan. Did he train with you? Those are some serious T90 farms. Well, Jordan just has supersonic speed, man. He's trying to do too much at once. So yes, he is like me in that sense, Kappa. The only reason T90 farms exist is because of late game. Because you're trying to do so much. And so Jordan is trying to win the game, and he's trying to win the series. And okay, Supremacy. Supremacy and Siege Ram about to complete for Jordan23. Who is researching Supremacy in this castle that is being trebbed by Fire. Fire's made a few cataphracts. He has 63 military, including a lot of monks. Still hasn't walled here. Still has not walled here. So weird, man. So weird. I like the fact that Fire's pressuring here. There's a gold and there's a stone here. This is something he cannot allow Jordan to take freely. But Jordan will pressure the center. Jordan needs to kill these castles. He needs to get some map back. Fire sees it. Fire will send in camels, halberdiers, and monks. I think one castle dies, though. But the second one, I'm not so sure. It doesn't feel like there's 200 population for both players. Probably because of the fishing ships that are still on water. Yeah, Fire will lose this castle. but he will keep the next one up. And the Cataphracts and Camels are here, and that's a good engagement for them. They're surrounding the skirmishers. That's a huge engagement for Fire, in fact. And that was before the plate Barding armor upgrade. But he needs to keep his numbers up. He needs his own halbs. He needs possibly his own skirmishers. Because the siege rams are the complicated thing to deal with here. He's pressuring on the right-hand side. Denying those resources from Jordan23. Fire, you need some more melee for the Rams, dude. I think we'll have just enough. Just enough. Jordan showed us in game number 2 what siege rams can do when you're being pressured. Siege rams are just so important. That's something that Fire could get as well, by the way. Yeah, without siege ram, that fight is not even close for Jordan. And now Fire's getting his own skirmisher. I think this is a good move because it... Well, they're cheap first off, and they counter the hand cannons, the skirms, and the halbs. Fire, I'm getting really worried for you now. Just 2 bombard cannons or 3 bombard cannons, I guess. It's not a great answer to siege rams. Do not allow Jordan23 back into this game, Fire. He has all this military here. Just can't kill the siege rams. The castle's gonna go down. What is happening? How? Jordan has had less military. Fire has res. Oh my goodness. You know, and even if he goes skirmishers now, if Fire goes skirms, it doesn't solve the siege ram problem. Jordan has plenty of gold because of the relics. He's even collecting some of this now. He has plenty of food because of the vills. He's going with halbs and siege ram. This is the exact composition that won Jordan game number 2. Now in this case, Jordan has 4 relics, so it's actually Fire who's lacking the relics as the game goes on. Jordan23 will pick off every single monk with his skirmishers. And if he loses them, there's plenty more where that came from because he has the resources. Man, if Jordan23 can build siege workshops on the left and ram down these ranges, Fire will have no production buildings. And Jordan's even researching Bombard Tower. So he feels like locking down the base with Bombard Towers would be good. I think that's a great decision. Remember, Spanish villagers with supremacy are very, very tanky. So you can get those towers up. Now, I don't think it's a great decision to build a Bombard Tower next to so many Bombard Cannons and Trebs. Crazy game in a crazy series. Fire is fighting to stay alive, and he needs to push. This has been the theme with him, man. He can't finish off games versus Jordan23. He has 67 military versus 30 military. He needs to be pushing here. He needs to take advantage of this situation. Trebbing down the stables and trebbing down the siege workshops, maybe pushing from different angles. Starting to raid with light cav. I mean, there's a lot he needs to be doing now, and Jordan, you know, he's hanging on because of the relics and because of how resilient he's been today. Jordan is so good at coming back. And now Jordan has broken through the wall here and he's raiding with halbs. It's just crazy to me how Jordan stays alive in these games. And it's a combination again of, I think, Fire not being able to push and Jordan being extremely stubborn. When you have 40 more military than your opponent, they probably shouldn't make it into your eco. You know, they probably shouldn't break through your walls like this. Oh, the bombard cannons could connect there. Jordan micros. Jordan needs his rams in front again. Look at those rams, man. Look at the rams. Just because of one ram, Fire had to back up with his entire army. Because of one siege ram. And Jordan snipes a bombard cannon. It's ridiculous. What a grind this game has become. Fire wants his gold back. Jordan wants that stone for Bombard Towers. Population's getting closer, 183 to 193. Now, Fire, he has resources, guys. I think he should go for his own siege rams. I mean, I've been talking about the power of siege rams all game. I really think he should go for his own siege rams. But for now, he's making bombard cannons, and okay, he wants to castle the right-hand side. No, Byzantines get siege ram. Byzantines get siege ram. One of the best compositions for Byzantines is trash and ram. He just lost trebuchets to a siege ram from Jordan. This is so risky. This is so risky to just let Jordan alive with the relics, and now Jordan will think about going Hussar because it's mainly skirmisher for Fire. Also, Jordan completes his castle here, and I think he'll have a trebuchet available to treb down Fire's castle after it completes. And what's he making? A siege workshop for rams. Ram is the unit of the day, guys. Finally! Finally, Fire shifts positions. This is what I wanted to see, man. Shift positions. This has been wide open. Run into Jordan's eco. Put Jordan on the back foot there. And then you can maybe push this hill easier. There we go, man. Now, they'll both have Trebors on this side. There are 3 trebuchets for Fire. So good he's kept his siege alive in this game. I swear to God, if he had siege ram, he would have pushed this already. I can't wait till he researches Cap Ram. He's gonna do it, okay? And when it happens, I'm going to be so hyped. Please get it. I'm dying over here, Fire. Finish off the game, man. I want to see a game number 6. You have the food for it, my friends. You have the food for it. He commits here and he'll kill Jordan's trebuchet. He loses a lot of camels in the process. Oh, don't tell me. If that ram kills the trebs, I'm gonna lose it. No, it's not going to. It's not going to. It's fine, man. It's fine. Funny enough, I think both castles could die here. Fire has the edge, though. Yeah, Fire will clean it up. He doesn't need siege ram. Now, if Fire had the relics, then I'd say, okay, whatever. Just hold this hill, hold the left, and wait for your opponent to run out of gold. But there has been a risk with all of this. But he's making it work, guys. He's making it work. And Jordan does have Hussar, which is great for skirmishers. But Fire still has the cheap Halbs. He can still send the Halbs forward. And Jordan's villagers, they might be tanky, but they will eventually die if they stay here. Jordan could be running out of wood pretty soon, actually. Yeah, he doesn't have a lot of wood here, and he does not have a lot of wood left here. So that's another resource that that Fire can focus on. Four relics to 1. Scores 3 to 1. Jordan is definitely behind. He's trying to push up this hill and can't. He's trying to defend the right side and cannot do that either. Now he's had more villagers, which is why he's had the pop space for more military. But now that's why Fire has had the pop space for more military. But now Fire seems to be really trying to push this game home, trying to get the victory, trying to get the comeback. Jordan's monastery is very close, it's right here, but it's not relics right now, it's just purely military numbers. Fire's not even spending a lot of gold, really. He's now going for Hussar. He's not making rams, he's kept these 3 bombard cannons alive for a while, so I think Hussar's a nice move because then he has a little bit more to deal with Jordan's siege rams, and then he has some options to raid with. Now, it's deceiving because these are Spanish villagers, so many of them might not die here, but that is a sign of things to come. Does Jordan need champions? Well, now Jordan, there's not a lot of good things going for him. What Jordan needed to do, I think, was build the siege workshops here earlier and start ramming down these buildings. And then Fire would be distracted, and then Jordan could maybe take this hill. But I don't think there's any unit that can save Jordan from this position now. He's 40 population behind. He just needs more units. He needs more map control. It's not necessarily the units themselves, if you get what I mean. Because champions alone are definitely not going to save you when you're 40 population behind and you're getting raided on the right of your base. Yeah, siege rams. Siege rams, if anything does it for him, it's because of the siege rams. But I've been wanting him to build siege workshop here for a long time and start ramming from this side to distract Fire. But I think that ship has sailed. He's about to run out of wood. Notice how he's building a new lumber camp here. And Fire is doing alright with that. Killing lumberjacks, taking the gold. Fire's fine. I think he's fine. He's kind of stopped pushing here. Okay, am I crazy? Am I crazy? Or does Fire definitely... Has his weak point in this series been finishing off games? Has that been the general theme? I guess the only game he won was a feudal age game. Because I swear, now all of a sudden Jordan's level population, he's ramming here. Fire can't seem, like, he just can't seem to catch up to everything that's going on. And look at this! Look at this! Jordan is now killing trebuchets with villagers and hussars! Where are the rams? For the love of God, Fire, please! Man, with the positions he had, if he patrolled in siege rams, it would have been so good! I'm crying over here, chat. I'm crying! He had 3,000 food. He could have researched it. I swear to God, that would have been the difference. And now he's getting pushed back. Jordan still has had those relics bringing him gold. He's going to be able to expand to the wood. This is a huge deal. All of the archer ranges for Fire, he can't rebuild those. 1,000 wood is not enough to rebuild 10 archer ranges. So Fire's losing positioning. He's losing a ton of positioning. And if he loses the center, then just say goodbye to all your buildings. And I think he's going to lose the center. Yeah, look at this. Jordan23 is holding on yet again. We're past an hour into this game, well past it. All the barracks, all the stables, all the archer ranges that Fire has are going down. I don't know what to think, man. Remember, it was 80 military for Fire and 40 for Jordan, and Jordan was holding. It's 80 for Jordan, and it is 60 for Fire. And Jordan he's pushing. And there's no sign that Fire can stop it. I hear farms expiring for Fire. He already is having food problems. His eco is set up to build a certain siege unit. But I think it's too late, and I think we know what that siege unit is. Fire has a commanding score lead, which sometimes can give you a lot of confidence in these types of games. But when you're falling behind, you begin to check the score over and over and over again, because that's a good indicator of how the game is going. Now, Fire, to his credit, did kill a bombard tower here, and he's pressuring Jordan's villas, but I don't think that will last long, as Jordan will kill the trebs. Fire doesn't have buildings anymore. No buildings. He has resources, he just cannot spend them. It's ridiculous. And I am sorry if I sound a little bit impatient. I think it's a bit harsh of me to to speak out, I guess to criticize Fire so heavily for not making Siege Rams. I don't want Fire to be offended. I don't want anyone to think that I don't like Fire. That's not the case, but honestly, it seemed pretty damn obvious to me a long time ago that he needed Siege Ram when he was in the position to push. And now that he hasn't gone for it, Jordan's relics are paying off, and Jordan positionally is in a much better situation. I mean, the population is a bit deceiving, isn't it? Because you do have 180 versus 190. But remember, Jordan has relics, Jordan has Siege Ram, and Jordan has the map now. So it will be... It's not Fire pushing, it's Fire defending. And he's not the player that should be defending when he's down relics. Especially when he had the whole map. Crazy. And Jordan, well, raid with Hussars now. And unlike Jordan, Fire's villagers do not have a lot of armor. So they will die to Hussars. And this castle will probably drop now. You see how Jordan has just unraveled Fire? When you're in Fire's position, you have to be unraveling Jordan. You go left, make Jordan go left, then you go right. You move all around. You push in with rams from multiple sides. Just like Jordan's doing now. Fire failed to do that. And now Jordan is showing us kind of how it's done. Like, after he sent units in on the left-hand side, all of the army for Fire was there. Now Jordan's going in the center, and Fire's chasing there. And at the same time, Jordan's going to the right. So he's pressuring the right areas at the right times. And no Siege Ram! No! No, it hurts too much to see it at this point, man. It's like looking at your ex's Facebook. Just, no, I can't. I can't do it. Just remembering the things that could have been. Oh. Well, I mean, maybe it'll save him. Maybe it'll save him. I always felt like Angela and I had a chance, so maybe Fire and his Siege Rams have a chance. The Bombard towers are going up for Jordan23. He's now sending in more Hussars. Oh my god, man, what a battle. What a battle. And Fire has come back from so much as well. Remember the losses he took? I thought he could have been dead early Castle Age. He fish boomed back into it. Frickin' Jordan, man. How resilient has he been today? If he wins this game here, he will be participating in Hidden Cup number 2 under a hidden username. Could be Joan of Arc, could be William Wallace, could be Genghis Khan. Fire says, good game, good luck, and Jordan will be playing in the Hidden Cup 2 main event. Man, if you see a player that will just not die in Hidden Cup 2, it could be the German. Because in game 2 and game, what is this, 5? He should have never won. Game 2, he won a game where his opponent had 5 relics, and his opponent had killed all of his castles when he was Chinese. Game 5, Fire had 30, 40 more military, and he had the best position on the left, he had the best position in the center, and the best position on the right. And Jordan somehow came back. Really, really impressive performance from Jordan23 today. By the way, you don't see this often. Jordan23 wins the game, despite not having the score lead. That's extremely rare. I think Fire... So it's about executing over a long period of time in these best of 7s. And there were some shaky moments for Fire, and just not as many for Jordan. If you think back to Jordan's loss, it was probably due to having a very open map, where he didn't call restart, possibly didn't suit his civilization as well. But apart from that, there were very few shaky moments. Fire in the Cup game, game number 4, I felt like he had Malay versus Franks, and he could have played the meta out that we saw in the other qualifiers. Instead, he went forward and died quickly. There's just more instances, I guess, where Fire didn't quite have it today. But take nothing away from Jordan23, man. He deserves to play with the top 16 in the main event. And I'm really happy to have him playing in the event as well. So 802 kills for Fire. He had more gold than Jordan23. Jordan23 had more food and more wood, which makes sense because if you remember the early imp push, Fire had less villagers, and we were just waiting for Jordan's extra eco to kick in. But Jordan was just making skirmishers, and, well, actually, that was it for the first 5 minutes of imp. And so I think it's okay for Fire to start off with bombard cannons, but he had the economy to make siege rams, and he would have pushed all those buildings back. I'm sure of it. I'm pretty certain if we could play out this game from the early imp stage again, and Fire were to go siege rams or even capped rams immediately before Jordan would have been able to, Fire would have won that game. I'm fairly certain. I just kept waiting and waiting and waiting for it, man. 5,500 relic gold for Jordan, so getting the relics when he had the map control in Castle Age was key. He did damage with his conks, he realized he was going to be pushed, so he grabbed the relics and fell back with them. That was a smart move, because otherwise Fire not only would have had the map control and would have had the gold. And everyone's saying Jordan is back. Hey, maybe. We won't know in Hidden Cup, man. We won't know. It could be Jordan in the finals. We won't know until the event actually concludes. But I think that's got to give him some confidence. Also, Jordan23 has experience on the maps. He's played a qualifier now. So he's played 3 separate rounds with all the maps. He's got to experiment with the settings. And a lot of the other pros can't say that unless they're practicing. Alright, so a lot of you guys would like me to speak to Jordan. Jordan is actually gone now. Let me see if I can contact him. He might have just gone offline. While I'm checking on that, I am going to play the Hidden Cup 2 hype video. If you didn't see the announcement on YouTube or see it various times on Twitch yet, I'll play it again as I try and hunt down Jordan. This will not be the end of the content today. I will be streaming a 4-0 world record attempt by Tato next. But yes, please, just stay tuned. I'll see if I can get Jordan on the line and enjoy the video. I'll see you guys in a bit. What's up, Age of Empires 2 fans? I am more than proud to announce the 2nd edition of the AoE 2 Hidden Cup. Hidden Cup 2 is a 16-man tournament with a prize pool of over $10,000 and features the best players in the world. The twist is that these players will not know who they're playing against throughout the entire event, and I will also not know the identities while casting the games. 16 top players will face off against each other in an unseeded bracket and using classic Age of Empires 2 usernames like Attila the Hun, Joan of Arc, Robin Hood, Genghis Khan, El Cid, William Wallace, and many more. This event will feature Mr. Yo, MBL, The Viper, Leary, The Max, Hera, Nikov, Doubt, Bact, Tato, Valise, Tim, Fat Dragon, and ACCM. This event will also feature the debut of an amazing program called Capture Age by Deco and Sir Lawrence NZ. Hidden Cup 2 will be broadcasted in a way that Age of Empires 2 has never seen before. Capture Age gives us the ability to zoom and pan around the map and enjoy Age of Empires 2 like we've always wished. This event will include 2 brand new maps and many longtime favorites. With Capture Age, there is not a spot on the map that will be missed. Hidden Cup 2 will be live streamed at twitch.tv/T90official on April 11th, 12th, 13th, and 14th. Those in the audience can take part in guessing competitions, giveaways, and more. Don't hide, ladies and gentlemen. This event is simply too good to miss. So, if the best of 7 didn't pump you up for the main event, I hope that video helped hype you up for the main event. I'm freaking pumped. By the way, we are going to have some amazing emotes as well. So I know you guys love your Force Nothing and whatnot. We won't remove that. But I'll have a few emotes with some player faces, as well as some funny things to do during the main event. More info to come on that. I think it'll be a lot of fun. Ornlu, thank you very much for the host, my friend. Hope you enjoyed the games. I think Tato is going to help me get Jordan on the line. And then Tato's going to wait so we can do the world record. Jordan says he will stop in for an interview. All right, sweet. So if you have questions for Jordan23, you can hold on to them, and we can ask him here in a moment, guys. Yeah, hold on to the questions, Mr. Superman, because remember, I'm an old man. I'll forget. It sounds like a joke. The old part is a joke, but me forgetting things, definitely not a joke. He might be a bit loud. Yeah, you know, I have to credit Hardy for the video, guys. He was overwhelmed with the positive feedback on the edit. You guys have been really kind to him about that, but Hardy is the one who edited that video. Jordan!
Oh, hello!
How excited are you to be in Hidden Cup 2, man?
I'm super, super excited. Believe me, like, when I signed up, I was like, okay, I have to play this,
Yeah.
and then I realized that I have to play the qualifiers, and I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, I mean, It was a complicated bracket. Well, I think round one was a bit easy for you. No offense to John Slow, but there's some strong players.
Exactly. So against Jon Snow, you know, 3 games, 3 tower rushes, so that's my dream. but okay, it was fairly easy. And then against Miguel, that was super, super close. Really, could have gone either way. And also against Fire, I mean, so tough because I think he was mentally tilted after game 2.
Yes,
and
I could see it as well.
Exactly. So you know, in the last game, he was able to perform, I would say, a bit better than he did game 3 and 4.
Yeah.
But still, I mean, it was so freaking close. So yeah, very close one.
Okay, well, I'm going to walk through some of the games and ask some questions. Before we get... Normally it'd start with game 1, but I do want to ask you about the final game. Do you think you would have died if Fire went Seadram before you?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
No question about that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was basically screaming it from my casting booth, like, go Seadram! And he didn't do it, man, and you got there and you held on, so...
It was a very tough game because, you know, I was under so much pressure, and I felt like his economy is better, his setup was better, so it was very tough for me. But yeah, him not going for the siege ramps was the saving grace for me, because I added them. I just had to get rid of the bombard cannons, right?
Yes.
It took me a lot of time to get rid of those, but eventually I was able to do it, and then from there it was just the tipping point.
Okay, well, now that we've talked a bit about the last game, let's start from the beginning.
Sure.
So
can we go to game 2?
Well, we could talk about that as long as you want, man.
Awesome. Game 1, let's forget about it.
Well, game 1 you did lose. I feel like for me, your map did not suit your Civ at all. It was very open. What are your thoughts on that?
Definitely. You know, it was very stupid from my side to not restart the game.
Yeah.
Because, as you said, Celts usually want to have a bit more closed map, especially against Mongols. And it was just so extremely open. But he played it super, super well. I mean, I was pretty late on archer ranges.
Yeah.
But he just executed it, I would say, perfectly. So I was under so much pressure. And I was, you know, sure, okay, early on I would be GG.
Yeah. Do you think you would have called a restart if that was a game 4 map, but because it was game 1, you didn't want to call it?
Exactly. I guess I would have done so, yes. I just didn't want to use a restart, even though there are 2 restarts for best of 7, right? So it was kind of stupid by me, but yeah, that's how it is.
Okay. I think that you and your teammates share that mentality. Like, try and avoid calling restarts at all cost. And I think it's a smart move, because the last thing you want to do is call restarts early and then get screwed over later on.
Exactly. And in general, I hate restarts because, you know, you're in the game focusing and then, oh no, I gotta go back. It just kind of pisses me off. So I'll try to play whenever it's possible.
Okay. Well, game
Yeah.
2 was that Rooster? Game 2 would have been his home map. So
Oh.
wait, no, your home map. It was
No.
Oh, it was that game. It was the game. Okay.
The lovely one.
Oh my god, dude. Well, first off, there were a few things in that one, man. I felt like your scouting on the stone walls was a bit late, and the archers didn't do much. What were you thinking when you ran into that roadblock?
You know, when I was really struggling to get my second boar, I realized he stole it in Castle Age. So I was kind of fucked up, to be honest.
Yeah.
And also after such a bad performance in game 1, I was mentally, honestly, trying to stabilize.
Yeah.
I knew that I had the civ advantage and I need to win that game, right? But I was in a very bad position, and then my archers moving against the stone. I was like, oh no, that's not good at all.
Yeah. Well, you had the area of the boar scouted, but you must not have noticed it. I can relate because sometimes you remember the general area where the boar should be, and then but you don't remember exactly where it was. And so you go out there expecting it to be there, and then it was too late.
Exactly. I didn't even realize that I have scouted it. That bad I was focused, right? So, yeah, I mean, it wasn't too well performed there by me.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I knew that he always had the huge advantage, right? That he was able to boom really calmly because I kind of had to prepare also for a boom, but then I didn't really know what exactly he was going for, if he's going for a push or for boom, and so I had to cut some corners.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then when I reached Imperial Age, I was like, okay, this is going to be super, super bad for me.
At what point did you think you were dead? Because I think the game was, it was maybe 1 hour, 20 minutes, and you would have been imp at like maybe 45 or 50. Did you think you were dead in imp?
Honestly, when he was pushing me and when he got the hill in my 2 castles, I was like, okay, there's no way for me to get back into this game. But whatever, let's try. Yeah, and then somehow, I don't know how, I managed to come back.
Well,
I don't know what happened. I think I got in, raided a bit, and that kind of, he struggled with that.
He struggled pushing you in that game. He had 5, I don't know if you remember, there were 5 trebs just standing there. You killed them. And then there were 4 bombard cannons. And he didn't have any protection. And then I think after losing that, he never really had siege against you there. All he had, I think he just needed to keep his camels and hand cannons and siege together, kill your buildings, and just slowly push you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what he should have done. But I don't know. Maybe he was not 100% focused. I'm not sure. But usually he would have done that. So I don't know what was up. But there is no way I should come back in that game. Also, he had relics, right? So
yeah, the relics were definitely not favorable generation-wise for you. The plan, by the way, for anyone who has any questions about this, is to, all the maps before the qualifiers looked solid. We did have to adjust Rooster, but there's a few things we'll probably look at before the main event games start, just to make sure. But dude, Jordan, he had 2 relics in the back corner of his base, and he didn't know that, right? He didn't have them scouted, and you sent in 1 light cav, and he was chasing you with a hussar, and then you showed him where the relics were.
Yes, it was 1 hour into the game already, right?
Yeah.
And then I went there with my scout. I was like, why is there a relic? Why is there a relic, right? But I see so many players doing that mistake, right? They are not 100% exploring.
Yeah.
And that's what I always do. So, yeah. But anyway, he should not have lost that game. And, no. I don't know what happened there for him, but okay.
Well, game 3 was then his home map, so Rooster. Rooster was a bit weird for Fire, so he had called a restart because his deer were in an awkward spot. I know you didn't see that.
Yeah.
But, and honestly, he had already pushed 1. It wouldn't have been ideal, but I think he could have pushed a few more if he wanted to. And then you know exactly what happens on the new map. What did you think when you saw his resources there?
I was laughing so hard. I mean, like in the deep, right? I was like, okay, you have to keep your composure and focus and bring that one home. But I knew just by the map generation, I had a huge advantage.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if he knew that he had 2 restarts. So
he
you know,
yeah, I mean, he should have known that, right? I was thinking he might
exactly.
call it there, but then again, it was game 3,
Exactly.
so
I scouted. I saw berries. I was like, why is he taking the berries in Dark Age? I'm like, okay. And he also rode 1-1, right? So I felt like, okay, his start is kind of off,
yeah.
which gave me confidence as well. So the 1-1 kind of helped me, to be honest.
Yeah, when he typed 11, if you didn't know then that he was a bit frustrated, or if you didn't know before, sorry, you knew immediately after he typed that, because you had stolen some sheep, and you both lost a villager in Dark Age, so it was sloppy all around.
Did you see that freaking woman? I think it was. It was so stupid.
No, I didn't see her.
That pathing. That pathing. I wanted to slap her. Then I was like, okay, she's gonna die.
She's
anyway.
already dead. Yeah, you can't slap her.
Yeah. So stupid, but okay.
It happens, right? You did have a save on the cross game. You forgot about your villager. Maybe that was a bit of revenge there.
Yeah. That's super strange, because I was certain that I clicked the villager home.
Yeah.
And then I was like, where's the freaking villager? Oh, 10 HP left. Oh. Not good.
Well, it was a pretty convincing win for you, man. There were some good games. Definitely, I think game 2 and the final game were the best games. Good fight backs from you. I think that it's just a sign that you're able, if there's even a small way back, you were able to find it. And Fire, players are going to have to finish you off, because Fire was unable to do that in those matches.
He struggled, yeah.
I'm going to have a few questions come in from the chat. A lot of people want me to tell you that there was a hole on the left side of Fire's base the whole time in the last game.
I know, Tati told me about that. I'm like, come on. Double Stoma, I was like, 100% he has no gap.
Yeah.
And then, that kind of hurts, but yeah, that's how it happens.
You said you normally scout all the areas in the map, man. Come on.
I'm good at talking, but not at playing sometimes.
Oh, that's great.
God.
Yeah. I'm very happy that you'll be in the player list, but I was thinking before the qualifier, okay, is it possible to bring in certain players to cast? And the only players that I could bring in to cast for the main event would be people who did not make it. So, on one hand, it would have been extremely exciting for you to play in the event for me. But if you would have lost today, I would have definitely asked you to co-cast for the first day. So you do get to play now, and you do get to fight to I think, I don't know, like maybe get your reputation back a little bit? Are you thinking you can thrive in this type of a setting?
Let's see, because, there's so many great players now.
Yeah, for sure.
It's going to be so tough. It's really dependent on who I play against. But in general, yeah, I think I have a shot to make at least, but it's gonna be super tough.
It depends, yeah.
That's for sure.
I think, Jordan, I think an edge, sorry to interrupt you. I think an edge that you'll have over some of the players is that you've had a lot of experience on the maps. Exactly. So you have an idea of what will work for you, what civs will work, what civs won't work, the styles that will or won't work, and a lot of the top 14 who are already in have played the maps, but they haven't played them in tournament situations. So I think that would give you a certain edge going into the main event.
I think that is my advantage there, that I have a bit more experience there. Yeah, but skill-wise, I definitely have to step it up. That's just the way it is. That's a fact.
Yeah, well, I'll go to the Twitch chat here, see if there's any other questions for you, and then I'll let you go celebrate.
I will celebrate with food.
I assume you got home from work and started to play immediately, so.
Yeah, I worked at home today, but
okay.
It was, I worked until 4 and then the game started right away. So, yeah, bit tough schedule, but that's how it is.
All right, so guys, if you have any questions, you can post them. If I see any good ones, I'll read them out to Jordan. Jordan, I know you're a huge fan of Force Nothing. After this, Tato is going to try and set a Force Nothing world record.
Like what?
Yeah, I'm sure you're really excited to watch that, aren't you?
I already have my tickets booked.
I remember the other day I was in the game room with you, Doubt, and Tato, and you're like, "I'm not playing Force Nothing."
No. You know, I was watching a bit. I was like, no.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, everyone has a different taste. But by the way, what is Tati trying to do then?
Well, he's apparently already started. He's trying to see if he can chop the whole map in under 1 hour with 256 tech. So that's his. I think someone did it and they got 1 hour 3. So believe me, if Tato's already like 10 minutes into the game, I'll be able to catch up afterwards. It's no problem.
Okay, man, Tati is crazy guy.
Well, so there's some good questions. I am just gonna leave you with this, Jordan. What's gonna be different about Hidden Cup 2 for you? I mean, you've played a lot of different tournaments, but you won't know who you're going to play the following round. You won't know who you're playing against during the current rounds. What changes for an expert player with the Hidden Cup 2 settings?
This depends so much on the person, because some people are mentally weak when they face stronger opponents, like for example Viper.
Okay.
Many players won't be able to perform as they could against Viper.
Yeah.
You know, players like me, I don't care. Like there to face against, I will play my very best all the time. And
yeah,
the only thing which will change is, you know, if you know certain styles by the players, then you will adapt accordingly.
Yeah.
Right. There are certain players who are going for the lane. Then there are certain players who will definitely not go for the lane.
Okay.
Right? So it depends. But yeah, that's what makes this tournament so extremely exciting, right? Because you have no idea who you're playing against.
Yeah. I think there will be a lot of trolls as well. I think players will.
Yeah.
I think we had in Hidden Cup 1, players were speaking in Chinese. In Hidden Cup 1, players were typing GG in all caps. Basically, everyone tried to act like they were Fat Dragon.
Yeah. That's the good thing.
Yeah.
That's the good thing, yeah. I always, you know, already will come up with something as well. But the very best thing is, for Doubt, you know, the probability is there that he faces me in round 1. he will feel the pressure like in NAC2, man. He will feel the pressure.
Doubt said something to me the other day. He messaged me and said, "Screw you" for the promo video, because I had a Doubt castle on my promo video. Let me see. I'll tell you what he said to me. I think he said, I don't know if I can find it right now, but I think he said, "Please ask Robo to rig the bracket so I beat Jordan in round 1." I'm pretty sure that's what Doubt said. So the chances that happens kind of slim, because we have 16 players and it's random. But if it does happen, man, the drama is going to be real.
And that's going to be so hilarious, really. But okay, yeah.
All right.
Looking forward to it. It's going to be good.
All right, man. Well, again, congratulations. Before you go, who do you think will win tomorrow between Dogao and Lan?
Dogao.
Think Dogao?
I haven't played him for a long time, but Dogao seems to be extremely solid.
Yeah.
And I just think he's one step ahead.
Yep.
From Lan. Especially he has so much more experience, right? And experience counts or matters a lot in tournaments.